Over. Welcome back, everybody, to another game of Skyfall 5e. How's the day been? How's the week?
This week's actually sucked so much dick.
Yeah? Physics test?
I had like 4 tests this week, and I have 1 tomorrow.
Shit, dude.
You had one Monday.
Well, you're a smart kid. I'm sure you'll be fine.
God, fuck off.
Futurucci's got this.
Futurucci's got this 100%.
Okay, I don't want to hear any of that.
Futurucci a bitch.
So, last session, you guys had managed to make your way from the ruins of Yule through the forest, and by a stroke of luck, a nat 20 luck roll, if I remember correctly, you found a caravan headed by on the nearby road, going for the city of Hillcrest. Now, you managed to secure a position on this caravan, but it wasn't too long before you began to chit-chat with the different people who were en route for Hillcrest, and found a couple of friends, maybe some enemies, did some sweet trade deals, and then eventually went on a little hunting quest of sorts. Stepping away from the group BP, you wandered into the forest, and there you found a strange beast, the likes of which you have never seen before. On returning towards the caravan, you told the guards of this strange beast, and a look of worry went immediately over all of their faces. High alert was sounded, and soon the sound of some sort of blood-curdling scream was heard off in the evening forest. Something has come rushing upon the group, and as you guys look off of the road, you can see that the guards are all preparing themselves to fight 4 flaming beasts that come running out of the woods. I'd like all of you to please roll initiative.
Luck rolls.
Did you want a luck roll for Jacob there?
Let's do 2 luck rolls, Jacob. Let's do the first one for
Right.
your mage armor. What do you get?
My initiative is 3.
Okay, nice. That's a strong initiative. What do we got here?
Too strong.
Alright. Mage armor. Other. Mage armor's a 10. Other one's an 18.
Okay, I'll give them both to you. So, your mage armor is just on its last legs, about to fade, and you do finish a short rest, so you do get that spell back. If you want to roll hit dice,
yes.
you're more than welcome to. Though I don't think you were injured.
No, it was not.
Okay. So, here, I'll go ahead and roll initiative here. Let's see what we get for our beasts. Okay, they get very good. Let's roll for our guards and friends. Oh, they get the same number, but they're not quite as good. Oh my god, you guys rolled like shit. What the hell's going on over here?
Fuck you, dude.
Fuck yourself.
DM rigging things. Can't believe it already.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Yeah, my dice just roll higher. Let's see here. So first on the list, the beasts that come running out of the forest. BP, you recognize them immediately as what you had seen off in the clearing. It looks like a mishmash of some sort of frog or feline that's been put together, and in place of fur, there's like a purplish, bluish, leathery kind of color. Some of them seem to have other discolorations, and they don't seem to be the same when it comes to the different animal parts that are visible on them. But if they all have one thing in common, it's that there's a flame which seems to burn from their back, almost like they're a running bonfire, some sort of beast of prey combined with like this flaming essence. As they come running out of the forest, this guardsman here. Get to this one here.
Oh.
So keep in mind you are inside the carriage. You are not outside.
I
Weren't-
understand.
Weren't we sitting on top of the carriage?
They were.
I was.
I remember the 2 Drago boys and
I remember
Oh
from
my-
last time Zakarum got on top of the carriage there. These guys are standing by the roadside. BP, I don't think you were on the carriage, as your character is not known for climbing.
I thought I was sitting next to Zachary, but if it's not, it's okay.
Okay, make a luck roll for me. Anything that we
My
don't
garbage.
remember is left up to a coin flip. Okay, no.
My garbage body cannot
Yeah,
go up that.
you're like turning to go and get up there, and Zachram, you're looking down at this trash can shaped robot, going, "There's no way I'm gonna carry him up there." And then then the screams come out from the forest. Here we are. Let's see. We'll start with this guardsman over here on this side. He is mauled horribly for.
Oh my god, kind of like that.
That's not too bad. Okay. It's 13 damage. The panic is setting in. You hear like a scream from over here in the distance. This one is attacked. Okay, that's a miss. Fortunate. We'll do the one over here first. We'll do the one attacking you guys. And that guardsman's getting hit. Okay, this guardsman is killed with a single swing. Let's see here. Draken, you're outside on the roadside. What are you doing exactly while you're here?
I was talking to a guard at some point when this happened.
Okay, so they would have briefly run away from you as the alarm sounded off and the beasts were sighted. And just a moment later, you'd see one of them flash out, running across the forest floor, coming up to the roadside, and this guardsman here, you see he like steps forward and levels his spear towards the thing, and it grabs the spear with one hand and snaps it in half, and with the other hand just swipes across him, and rings of bloody chainmail go flying like across the field, and he just falls to the ground dead.
Is this the same guard I was talking to?
No, we could say that was this guy.
You idiots! I told you we needed to run!
And let's see. I need a save actually from you, BP.
What kind of save?
Dexterity saving throw, please.
Rest in peace,
Oh,
sir.
you know I'm good at those. Well, it's 12.
Wait, what?
I have disadvantage.
Oh, yeah,
Dex.
sorry. I didn't see the other die for a second, I just saw the 20, and I was like, oh, Uchi's losing his mind. You and Jacris there both take...
It says Dex checks. Does that count? If that was
Yeah.
save? Okay.
Till you get your body fixed up. You both take 1 fire damage and 6 psychic damage. As this creature runs over and opens up its mouth, and you see the flame on its back momentarily seems to wane, and then explodes out from its mouth in a huge plume. And as it hits you, you feel like there's a certain heat that runs over you, but it's almost like it's affecting your mind directly. And by the time the flames end, not feeling too good. After that, it's the guard's turn, and let's see here. Let's move that guy over here. This one here. Okay. There's a number of ranged attacks, a few melee ones. I'm just going to do a set of rolls here. Two hits there. Another hit, 3. Miss. This guy will hit. On this side. 18. So immediately while you guys are outside, you can see that the one way off to like the furthest end of the road seems to be taking like repeated shots from these guards here, and they've all pulled out crossbows and are pincushioning the thing, while this one seems to just try and fend off its claws. After being shot multiple times, though, it's still fighting, and these things are proving to be very tenacious. This guard's not doing very well against this one, as you might imagine. This one is uninjured, and this one has taken a couple of shots, but it too is still alive. And after that, it rolls around, and it is Zakaroom's turn first. You are standing on top of the second caravan. These beasts are running up. You've seen this one shoot flame from its mouth over here. You have a pretty good view of the entire battlefield, and from up here you can actually see each one of these things, including the one way over here.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna hop down
Okay.
and come over here and make an attack.
Okay, go for it.
Oh boy.
You can do it.
That's a 19.
Ooh, no, you hit.
Uh,
The panic.
Woo!
Ooh, nice.
The heavy
Got my
trident,
flashbacks.
rerolling ones and twos.
For
Okay, never mind. That was a 2 for 10 damage.
Okay. So you go running off here. You land onto the ground and quickly close distance with this thing. You can still see little wisps of flame that are escaping from its mouth, but as you run forward and hold out your trident, you stab into its side, and you do, what was it, 13?
10.
10 damage to the thing. It looks like it's definitely been wounded. There's a bit of like crimson that begins to pool down and drip from the trident onto the ground, but it continues thrashing at you, and it doesn't seem to have been slowed at all by this first hit.
That's fine. The damage is done.
Okay,
That is my turn.
right. Oh, I forgot to move your dragon buddies here. We'll put their initiative at the end then. Let's end this one.
I thought you just rolled them separately and they were fucking shit.
No, they didn't go. I just did the regular guards. We'll just put them here at the end. Next up is BP. It's your turn. What do you want to do?
I'll strafe around here.
Okay.
Get a good shot. I'll apply a hunter's mark to it.
Okay, so I'll mark this guy here.
Target acquired.
Jesus.
Can't understand my shit talk. I'll take a shot at it.
Okay.
Uh, 22 to hit.
Okay, 22 to hit. Definitely hits.
Oh my. Okay. 14 damage.
14 damage.
That was a spicy shot.
Where are you aiming at this creature?
I guess at its ugly mug.
Okay. You watch as a part of its lower jaw flies off, and bits of bone and red just like spray in the opposite direction as your firearm goes and gets to find its mark there. The creature kind of like pulls back for a second, its body reels, and you see that you've attracted its attention as the thing looks towards you, even though like Zakaroom's trident is still in its side.
Fuck.
Is that your turn?
That'll be the end.
Okay. Gideon, you're sitting inside of the caravan here, and you have heard everything from guards shouting out screams and beasts gnarling their claws and teeth and everything from past the wooden panes and this, safe comfort of your room. What do you want to do?
Is there like a small like window or something in my room?
No, you guys are in the, how would I put it? The economy class? Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I don't like what I'm hearing. And so I'm going to bonus action Shield of Faith myself.
Okay.
Not that that's gonna really do anything, but you know. Still,
come
I want to
handy.
be cautious.
Okay.
Walk out, kind of peek out of the door.
Sure. When you look around, you immediately see one of these creatures. Your eyes are drawn to it as it has these huge sort of purple flames licking off of its back like a lion's mane. And right next to this creature is a dead guard who is being held underneath its claw. And you can see that everybody here is holding out a crossbow and is like stepping away while firing and reloading repeatedly.
All right. Then I am going to do. Wait. This thing looks wounded, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
It's got a few crossbows in it, though it doesn't really seem deterred.
I shall cast Toll the Dead then. So it makes a
yes.
Wisdom save.
Okay. I will make a wisdom save for it.
What is that? What is a Toll the Dead?
It's a new spell from
new spell.
Xanathars.
Xanathars.
Oh.
It's a cantrip, but it
good
does d12s of damage because balancing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Because wizards
just like
doesn't know what
another-
the fuck they're doing.
What's it called? What's the bolt from Warlocks?
Eldritch.
Chaos.
Eldritch Blast.
He
Is it
rolls
just
a nat
Eldritch?
1. Go ahead and roll the damage.
No, it's a cantrip that they roll a wisdom saving throw, and if they fail, they take damage. However, they take more damage if they're injured.
Takes 3
Ah.
damage. 3 whole necrotic damage.
Okay. The bell tolls, and your magic seems to have set in, and you can see that the beast kind of shudders for a brief moment as the spell finishes, but it just kind of goes back to what it's doing. You see its jaws kind of turn over towards the guardsman there, and it rips off a portion of his face, leaving a bloody skull underneath.
Well, that's nice.
Sick.
And I shall peek back inside.
Okay. Next up, let's see here. After you, it is Draken's turn. You're standing over here. You've just seen this guardsman be mauled in a single swipe. The beast is remarkably close to you. You can practically feel the heat of its ethereal flames kind of warbling about.
Never wanted to deal with this ever again. How do I get up on the cart?
Well, as an elderly gentleman with an acrobatics check, hopefully a good one.
I see. Hopefully a good one.
Did you still have your limp?
Of course I have a limp. Don't worry about it. It's a very bad acrobatics check, by the way. It's 2.
Okay. You go over and get up to the side of the cart and leap to grab onto the top portion and find that you don't really leap as high as you used to.
Ah, fuck. Whatever. Alright then. In that case...
I would let you make a second attempt, but it would cost your action.
Let's see how far. 3, 4, 6. That's within 30 feet. And I move from here, so I still have, what, 3 things of movement? Probably move right here. God, you're still not in fucking range. Ugh. This is unfortunate in many ways.
Who's not in range?
Bless only has, I have to be within fucking 30 feet to bless. I don't want to bless 2 rando guards because they're just gonna die instantly.
Oh.
Hey! These guards are laying down their lives for you. You show them a little respect.
You better get paid.
They didn't listen to me. Motherfuckers. Well, you know... It'll be fine. I'm going to cast... Fucking... What's the range on sleep? Sleep's in range.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm going to cast sleep over here on this one, assuming that's in range. 3,
Ah.
6,
Okay.
10. Yeah, that's in range.
Go ahead and roll your dice for sleep.
It's just a d20, right? It's a lot of fucking text on sleep.
No, I think it's a bunch of d10s or d6s or something. The way it works is if you can meet the number of HP that the creature has, it just passes out.
Where is the amount I have to roll for? I'm looking at the spell text right now. Did I not write in? Oh, roll 5d8. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Can I perchance get some more d8?
All the dice you could possibly need are over there in the corner.
D10, D8. I'm just going to take out 5 from here and roll. Be good rolls. 20.
20.
Probably not enough.
Okay. You finish the spell there, and the creature seems to pause for a brief moment, and you then feel the spell fail as the thing does not fall asleep.
Oof. Rough. Alright, well, that's my turn.
Okay.
Oh, God.
After that, your dragon friends will go. This one will step forward and throw a spear at this one here. Okay. He misses, unfortunately. And this one will step up and with his gigantic flail mace swing down on this one here in front of you. Make 2 attacks. Oh, and they both hit. That's good.
Yay, Dragon Man. Is that the little brother?
No, this is the big brother right here. Little brother's over here. The first hit lands for 11 damage. And the second one lands for 11 damage again. 22 for total. After this one is hit twice, you see that it looks almost like its lower spine has been broken by the crushing weight of like this gigantic spiky metal ball smashing into its lower back, and it's continuing to flail in your direction, Zakarum, but you can tell it's like watching a dying beast, like it's on its last legs. And at that, I think any of these guys are going to help. Everybody roll initiative again, please. Let's see here. Enemies. Oh, they got an at 1. Okay, tables are turning.
I got a natty.
A natty daddy.
Stop.
Friendly NPCs get. Okay, so guards are gonna have a 15. And dragon buddies get. There. So it looks like BP, you're first there with that fantastic nat 20. What do you want to do?
One more shot.
Okay. Same guy?
Yep.
This one? Okay.
22 to hit again.
Okay, that definitely hits. Roll damage.
9 damage.
9 damage. Okay. You fire again. This time your shot hits the creature's torso, and as it does, it seems to almost stop moving for a moment, as though you've struck a vital organ. Its body goes limp and falls to the ground there, and then you see something. A change from the creature. And I'd like you to roll a straight luck roll, since you've landed the killing blow on it. Okay. The creature's body seems to almost change a little bit, and you watch as the flames begin to flicker, and then they spread all across the creature's body and start to burn the thing away. It turns into a bonfire there. You have killed this one. And there is, at least for a little while, a fire here. That square is a little off limits. Is that your turn, BP?
I'll spin to Cade. Is that normal?
Ah, yes. Yes, quite the fire hazard.
Okay,
Keep it away from any trees.
that's the end of my turn.
Okay. After you, it's your turn, Draken. What do you want to do?
Oh, this is going better than I thought, even if the gods are idiots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because I can only move 5. I'm going to cast Bless on these 3 fine people.
What?
And not BP. Wow, okay. So these guys are blessed. I will give them their blessed tag. Baller, remember.
Nigga, if you had gone maybe after me, I would have blessed you, but these 2 are getting blessed. I don't care what you're saying.
He feels insulted. He feels unloved.
I just don't think you need it. Look, you're doing fine without it. These 3 could use a bit of help, though.
A spark flies off from the side of his head. Is that your turn, Draken?
That is my turn.
Okay, so our guards will go next. Those that were on the other side of the caravan have at this point made it up to the fight, and let's see here. This one would run up here as well. Let's do some attacks for them. Okay, that is 2 misses. 2 more misses. Okay, things are going badly over there. The 2 guards here. 1 hit. He deals a little bit of damage. You guys see that this guard back here manages to land a crossbow shot on this one, dealing 3 damage. And these 2 guards here, they go to fire as well. Both missing, unfortunately. Over here, a few shots, 2 misses. Oh my god, I am not rolling super well. Okay, that one hit. And 6 damage there. After a somewhat lackluster turn from the guard, Zakarum, there is a flaming bonfire that was once this creature's body in front of you. What do you want to do?
You can feel the power of God coursing through your veins.
Oh, is that still 6? 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay. I will move around it and come and attack this thing.
Okay.
You have a D4 because of bless.
A D4 to attack?
Yeah, for attacks.
Okay.
Bonus dice.
That is a 16.
16 damage. Okay. Or 16 to
Wait, what?
hit. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
Ooh.
For 12 damage.
Okay. Your massive trident spears into this thing and it lets out an unworldly growl towards you.
That is my turn.
Okay. After that, it is your friendly dragon buddies here. This one will run up over here.
And they also have bless.
Let's see. Probably gonna strafe to this side. Let's see. First attack from the big guy misses. Second one does hit. Okay. Deals 9 damage to it.
Right back.
And this one attacks here, throwing a spear which stabs into the thing and deals. There we go. It is now your turn, Gideon. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna peek out of the door,
Okay.
see that the thing's coming up, and I would like to try to guiding bolt it.
Okay. Go for it. Make that attack roll.
Please just don't fucking roll low. Well, that's kind of rolling low, but 12? It's a
You miss, unfortunately, and your guiding bolt strikes the ground next to it, sending dirt flying off into the distance.
Perception check to see the guiding bolt.
Back.
What's that?
Can I make a perception check to see the guiding bolt flying off?
Oh, to see it miss?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, no,
you would
just to
see
see
it.
it in general.
It's like a, like a Zeus lightning bolt, basically. So you would notice it. Amidst all the guards shooting.
Gilius being a pussy and hiding in the cart again. Alright, I have done my
God damn.
and then I shall
Gilly
continue
is
being
a pussy for combat.
continue being a pussy and hide back into the.
Okay, next up it is after Gideon there. Oh, the enemy turn.
Nah.
No, the enemies don't need a turn.
Ooh,
Whatever attack this one throws out, I want to replace it with a 3.
this guard is super dead. And then over here, we'll go to this guy. Let's see which one he picks to go and eat.
He busts into the carriage and goes after the Jew. The smell of gold pervades the air.
You gotta go hunt down that pussy.
Let's attack on this guy.
Oh boy. I definitely should not have just taken a bite of pizza fresh out of the oven. What the fuck is wrong?
Whoa! Yeah, that
How's having no top of your mouth?
I think I got out of there pretty quick and I'm pretty unscathed, but goddamn.
Gideon,
It was
are you closing the
0.2
door?
seconds of intense pain.
I'm leaving it kind of cracked open.
Okay, you
But not
see this guard
entirely
over here,
closed.
and he looks towards this beast. Like, you can see that, you know, his eyes are clearly looking towards the thing. He takes, like, a step back and then goes to fire the crossbow, and this thing just leaps into view, and you watch as its jaws just clamp down, and his skull crushes, and you see, like, bits of brain matter explode out of the back of his head.
Oh fuck.
Popped.
Whew. That
Then,
doesn't look good.
over here, we're gonna roll to see who's the favorite.
I'm replacing whatever attack he rolls with a 3.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm gonna see which one he attacks anyway. That is good. He attempts to attack your plate armored friend here, and misses suddenly. Next up is another initiative roll, please.
Yes.
Bad guys get... Ooh, a nat 20. Ooh. Saucy.
Yeah,
That's not too good.
Where am I? You know, that is me.
Friendly guards get... Okay, well that's a pretty good roll. Where are we here? There we go. And friendly dragonborn get... Put those guys there. Alright. So it looks like our monstrous friends will go again immediately after their turn, as they rolled very well. This guard is struck. He takes... very heavy strike, but he's still alive. Over here... Go for Vorkan there. Swinging and hitting him. Vorkan is heavily wounded at 17 damage. And then over here, this one will decide who it wants to eat. 1 being Zakarum, then 2, then 3 across the way. And oh, Zakarum, you're the...
Can I replace this roll with a 9?
Place this roll with a 9.
This
You
attack
can,
roll.
yeah. Zakarum, does a 16 hit?
Yes.
Damn. I was hoping. I didn't think it would have a +7 to fucking hit.
Zakarum, you take 18 damage.
Whew. Oh.
Okay.
I apologize.
Are you still conscious?
My bad.
I am still conscious.
Okay.
Whoa!
The thing turns over towards you, and its claws rend out, and you see they're massive. They're like daggers each, like 7-inch claws that go flaying across you, and bringing you near death with a single strike. You manage to hold on, and you see from like just behind the beast that Jacris looks over at you, and he nods.
Yeah, respect gained. Mission passed.
And after that, it is the guard's turn. See how they fare. This one's probably going to come over here and try and help out with this beast. A couple of attacks. Short sword is swung and missed. Crossbows are fired. 2 shots, 1 hit. Third shot,
Wait,
miss.
what did you roll for their initiative? You rolled a 30 for their initiative?
Nat 20.
Oh. Wow.
There we go.
Really playing with our emotions here, eh?
That's what I like to do. Over here, these guys will probably be unable to really fire there. Seeing that guards are just being eaten left and right, this guardsman will head in this direction instead. You can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's the extent of it. Probably wait his turn. This guard in front of him with the spear will lunge out, and the one right in front of you, Zachroom, he tries to hit with the spear but misses. And then over here there are 4 attacks. Vorkan makes a swing with his blade. He's bleeding heavily and misses, unfortunately. This one will kind of step over to the side, heroically missing, and lastly a crossbow shot, which hits, dealing 8 damage. Not bad. After that, it is your turn, Gideon. What do you want to do? You can hear that the fight with this one that you had just seen mauling a man and basically devouring his head is still going on. And you can hear it's like 10, 15 feet away. Like, it's not...
I take a moment to, like, kind of gather courage, like, kind of fill with my hands, peek out, point a finger, and cast Toll the Dead at the thing near me.
Wisdom
At that
save. Ooh, he fails. Roll damage.
Oh. Whew. Hey! 7
Nice.
damage. 7 necrotic damage. I don't know if that helps, or makes it worse, but...
I can't tell you that. The spell does hit, though.
Yes.
Is that your
I'm probably
turn?
only doing 3 damage. Yes, that is my turn.
Okay. After that,
You
it
just
is...
healed it up full, dude.
I peeked back inside, by the
heals
way.
3 times all necrotic damage.
Yeah, dude, heals for 2 times the necrotic damage taken. Yeah.
Over here, it is your dragon friend's turn. Ravor will come up, this time stabbing a spear into the side of it, hopefully. Yep, he hits. Oh shit. Stabs the thing for 4 damage. And then his older brother will swing twice. Hitting with one of those. Dealing 10 damage. I'm gonna roll luck for you guys. Oh, that's a nat 20. So he swings down and smashes this thing, and its head basically explodes when this gigantic mace comes down, or this gigantic flail, and just smashes it into the dirt. And you see like its arms go like grabbing out onto the dirt here, almost like it's trying to get away, like some sort of bug trying to operate without its head, and then kind of goes limp after that. It then bursts into flame as well. And is no longer. After that, it is your turn, BP.
I will. Who is Vorkon? Do I remember?
He was a
Vorkon?
guard that was spoken to by... Oh, who was it? I think Zachroom was talking to him.
Or was?
Last session, yeah, you talked to one of the guards and you wanted to ask about the Dragonborn and whatnot, and he gave you some info, so we named him. And it looks like he's about to die.
Okay.
Uchi, deny him.
Can't let the beast get EXP. I'll move the hunter's mark to the one that Vorkon's fighting,
Okay.
New target acquired.
and I'll take a shot at it.
Okay.
Is that
Looks like a 5. It's
that Jane?
only mildly janked. Also, you can re-roll that.
Yo, thanks.
That's the
thanks, Zach, for
fucking
some VIP.
the shadiest fucking.
Woo! 20, 22? No way. No, wait. 21.
Okay. That'll hit.
9, 12 damage.
Okay. This one is quite wounded, and when you get this shot here, it falls to the ground. I need you to roll straight luck as you just landed the killing blow.
Nine.
Okay. As you fire the final shot, the creature falls down, and as the flames kind of like warble back and forth, you're expecting the thing to go up into like a bonfire, like the other one did when you had shot it, but instead it explodes into a ball of flame, showering like flaming gore and sizzling flesh. And I'm going to make the DC for the guardsman and Vorkan here. Gideon, you are saved as you are inside of the thing, but you hear the sound of like meat chunks hitting against the wall.
No, Rip Vorkim. Nice knowing you, bud.
I'm so sorry.
It's too bad we didn't have a healer nearby to heal him.
They both failed their saves.
You can't talk shit about Gideon messing up his name and then expect him to do fucking anything.
Interesting perspective on life.
Vorkan is killed. This thing is no longer, however. It's like little bits of flame kind of here and there. Oh, shit. Not enough that it would make it difficult terrain, but you can see like little bits of burning chunks here and there.
Holy
The
fuck.
cinders.
What the fuck did BP do?
And after BP's turn there, Zakarum, it is your turn unless you want to move around, BP.
Can I upgrade BP's arm into a grenade launcher instead of being like a cannon?
I mean, the same thing would have happened, right?
What, the thing blowing up?
Yeah. He'd just be able to blow up more shit consistently.
Yeah, kill more allies.
Yeah.
Sounds
Friendly
like a
fire, the robot.
I had to bless him every time.
My turn.
Okay, Zakarum, your turn is up. What do you want to do here?
Are these flames spreading, or are they just contained in the area of their creation?
They seem to be contained, as it's just in the middle of like a dirt field. There's a bit of grass, but they're not spreading or anything like that to the trees and whatnot. If one of these died in here, you'd probably have a big problem.
Good to know.
Yeah.
But as you can see here, there's the magic pixel that is saving us.
Yeah, it hasn't quite caught. It looks like it's okay.
I will take just a couple of steps this way and kind of go down to my knees and drop my trident and just suck wind. And that is my turn.
Okay. Bleeding heavily, you take a moment there and step away. And Draken, it appears to be your turn. There is one beast left, as the others have gone up into like purplish and orangey flames. Off in the distance, it battles with a group of guards, a dead one already near its feet.
Alright, having fought these creatures in the past, like, 40 years ago or something, do I know if they're resistant or immune to fire?
You know that the wildmen are often given strange attributes like that, but it's random. So it's kind of just left up to whatever kind of strange version you get. And the versions aren't defined, right? They change all the time. So that's up to you to guess.
Something about this just doesn't seem right for a firebolt. I will be going in over here and calling Gilius a pussy for not coming out of the cart.
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
Alright, that's my turn.
Okay. Everybody please roll initiative. Our last enemy gets a 7. Okay. Friendlies get a 10.
You don't have any dex, Mr. Old Man.
Move your thing up! Alright, that'll work.
Gideon, it appears that your turn is first here. You hear one explode outside, and bits of like flesh. You know, it has a very particular sound when it slaps against the wood on the outside there. What do you want to do?
Small prayer to Azun, and then step
Deep
out of the
breath.
carriage.
There's like
So-
molten flesh particles everywhere, and there's like a bunch of dead guards all over the place.
Can I go like kind of cast Spare the Dying on a guard and like drag him away from the fucking main fire thing?
Sure, yeah, you could do that. I'd like you to go ahead and roll a d20, please. Straight luck.
Straight luck. 14.
Okay. You manage to cast Spare the Dying on Vorkan and pull him away.
Hell yeah, dude.
So this guard here, I don't think you've spoken with him, but you do save one of the guards here from death and kind of pull him from the flames.
Hell yeah. That's my turn.
Okay. And BP, it's your turn.
I'll move the Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
Is he in range? Hey, they're always.
They're always in range. The new board is smaller than before because we've scaled the pieces up a bit.
Oh.
So that's why it seems like things are like, oh, this is... I have more range than I thought I did.
Hunter's Mark move to him. Then I'll take a shot.
Okay.
Classic M&M where the car is like 60 feet wide.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 12 to hit.
Okay. You miss, unfortunately. A loud bang as the firearm goes off, but you hit nothing.
Should have used one of your magic bullets. Oh wait, they're not on you.
Don't have any. That's the end for me.
Okay. And after BP, Draken, your turn.
I'm just gonna continue to casually stroll in this direction. That is my turn.
Friendlies will go. 2 hits. And a third one being crit. Just gonna roll 2d6s, 2d8s. Oh, that's garbage. That is trash. 11, 12, plus 4, 16. They look like they're doing a good job and they're hitting it, but the thing is still fighting. This one will... He's got a melee weapon, so he kind of has to get right into there. So he'll charge it, but he doesn't have an attack yet. Those guys will wander over there as well. The guards kind of regroup. This man right here turns to you, Draken, and puts like a hand on your shoulder, and he goes, "Sir, are you okay?"
Been better. I should be asking you guys this. I'm not the one who had to fight them up close.
You should be in the cart. You shouldn't be out here right now.
I'm a bit more handy than just an old man.
He seems like he's given up on arguing with you and kind of just, you know, gives you a nod, turns around, takes the crossbow, and runs off. This
Yeah,
guy...
whatever, you old fuck. Peace out.
This guy would run over here to make sure that Vorkan's okay and to see what's going on. You know, he kind of looks over at you, Gideon, and says, "Is he gonna be all right?"
Yeah. He should be fine. Don't worry, I got him.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of looks at him and then goes running off. And let's see, Zakarum, it is your turn.
Well, I guess I'll get my shit together and just kind of head over here and... Oh, wait, I'm sorry. The shadowy part of the board is hard to count tiles on. I'll bonus action second wind here.
Probably a good idea. Go ahead and roll that heal. Not bad.
5.
Okay.
5 plus 2, 7.
Is that your turn?
That is my turn, sir.
The beast is up. I'm gonna roll to see who it attacks. This being 1, this being 6. Ooh, a 5.
Close.
This creature turns and then
Okay,
leaps
now I
out
walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
and hits this guy for. Okay, well that one hopped out. 3 plus. Oh, actually, that's pretty weak. That's tame for damage. He only does 7, so his guardsman is wounded but still going. An opportunity attack comes out and lands, slicing the beast for a little bit more. Takes 6 damage. And after that, it is your dragon buddies here. It's both times. 8 damage and then 13. Okay, so he kills this one, and I'm gonna roll luck for him since he got the killing blow. His luck is good. The thing burns up and leaves a bonfire in its wake. You are all no longer in combat.
Praise be to the great depths. A hard-won victory, to be sure.
I'll run up to Zachram.
Are you okay? There is your blood, like, everywhere.
Thank you, trash can friend. I will be fine.
It's just like a fucking trail. Like, all the way. It's fucking-
I think I see your kidney.
That's my kidney? Okay.
It's like there's some organ behind him beating still on the ground. Just like dusts it off, shoves it back in.
That's pretty neat.
Just needs a bit of spit and polish, and it'll be perfectly fine.
Get that back in there.
So, all of these bodies are consumed in flame. There's no trophies to be had whatsoever from these things, huh?
No, they burn up, and you see that their flesh seems to act like a what's it called? Like it's quite flammable, and it burns away, kind of like a Yule log.
Can I,
Here.
like,
Go ahead.
pat this guy down and make sure he's not, like, on fire or anything? And, like, make sure the wagon's not on fire as well?
Ah, the wagon, though coated in gore, seems to have a little bit of flame on it, and you run over and start to pat the thing down. And what are you using to pat it down?
Let's use my jacket. I don't know, my traveling jacket. Or, like, whatever.
Fucking,
cloak,
like,
I guess.
Guiding bolt the flames.
Yes, I cast Toll the Dead.
Sacred Flame it.
Okay.
I don't think that's.
So your jacket is all kind of like messed up here, but you do manage to put out the flames here on the side of the carriage and keep it from spreading too much. The thing being made of wood, you know, things could have been bad. They basically have like oil for blood and flammable material for flesh.
Oh, Gilius, you actually came outside. I guess I'll take back my pussy comment.
It's Gideon, and I just saved this man.
There's a dead man beside him.
It doesn't look too safe to me.
He's quite alive, trust me. Yes, he's
That's
still
your
alive.
definition of alive.
Yeah,
Might
he's laying on the
get you a
ground, barely
dictionary.
breathing. He's got like burn marks all over him. His armor's been torn up, and there's like blood all over the place.
Have you tried healing him?
I'm currently out of most of my magic. I've only been able to stabilize him. I'm gonna start
I
trying
know
to
that
like
feeling.
get his armor off so that it doesn't restrict his breathing, and just like make sure he's like actually stable and not just gonna fucking die on me. So
Sure, okay.
that's what I do.
So you do what you can, leaning over and trying to take care of this man. After a while, it seems like he's starting to kind of come out of things, and his breathing is getting a little bit better. Some of the guards return to the side over here, and and when they see you tending to him, you know, they quickly come over, and one of them seems to have some medical supplies with him, and he starts to like bandage him up and whatnot.
Cool. I will leave them to him and go save if I can. Anyone else.
Now, there's a familiar face that pops out of the main caravan, and over here, you guys see that Chotham, the caravan master, steps out and kind of wanders over towards you two. And he looks over, seeing, like, you know, the dead bodies strewn all over the place and the guards kind of tending to everything. And you see he just kind of takes stock of everything and, like, looks around and nods and seems to be surveying the situation. Or no, his name was... Give me 2 seconds. That was the... Damn it.
Jew 2.
Jew number 2. I don't think the caravan master gave you his name, actually. And Chaffoth was the merchant in there. So the caravan master is wandering around and looking at everything. Are you guys doing anything? After finishing the beast there, you can see that the two Dragonborn are kind of chatting amongst themselves.
I see your disappointment, Zakarum. I wanted a skull.
Yes.
Are you guys doing anything after this fight here while the guards are going around? It seems like they're busy cleaning up in that they're going to the different guards, seeing if they're alive or not, and they simply take their their belongings and pile the bodies together near the side of the road. And they're all kind of involved in doing this, wandering through the forest, you know, finding out where everybody is and doing a roll call, that kind of thing.
I'll be helping with that. Like,
Sure. Okay.
kind of gathering the bodies, making sure can't heal anybody.
Okay.
Spend it.
Make a luck check for me, please.
16.
You find a number of people who have actually survived their horrible wounds, and 2 of the 5 dead guards seem to have been merely laying there, like in a near-death state, and you stabilize them using your magic.
Sick. 3 saved.
We'll put them over there for the time being. The others are laid there, and the caravan master comes over and goes, "Okay, dig some graves, toss them in, take their valuables, and we'll be moving first thing this morning. Don't want to stay in this spot for too long." The guards kind of look over and nod. It seems kind of commonplace for them, despite how like swift and almost callous they are with the bodies, and they just get to work. And a few of them kind of pull shovels from the back of the caravan and start to dig, and other people kind of strip whatever armor is still usable and take short swords and spears from them, that kind of thing.
BP will do like, we'll just keep the same tempo walk across the perimeter, just making sure he doesn't see anything else.
Sure. So you go wandering around. The guards, too, are not completely without that caution, and they spend time looking off into the distance to make sure that this is the last that they'll see of those creatures. Now, over here, Zakarum, you see that Jakris approaches you. And as Jakris gets closer, you can see that, you know, his younger brother seems to have gone off and is doing something near the cart. You guys can place yourselves wherever you want to be.
That's fine.
Fought well.
Thank you, friend. Perhaps not as well as Zekarun would have liked, but it was a good fight nonetheless.
He looks at you, and you see that he stares down towards your chest where this horrible wound is. And he says, "Need to rest."
Aye. A very long one, perhaps. It is certainly in order.
He gives you a nod and a pat on the shoulder there, and then kind of wanders off towards his brother.
Yeah, I'll just return his nod and then wander off towards our room and try and lay down.
You pass by Gideon, who seems to be there with the guards, and is tending to a couple of the ones over near the back end. As you kind of make your way around, it seems that the wounded but not quite dead are there and are being tended to by a medic, and Gideon is there helping however he can. Are you just going past him into the room?
Yeah.
Okay. You find that Draken is seated there doing something.
I am fucking asleep.
Oh, he's passed out. The elderly man's having a nap.
Yeah, I'll just put down the trident and join him.
Okay. How about you, BP? What do you want to do?
Just like following all the patrols. If nothing happens, I'll go into the corner of our room and trash can it up.
Trash can it up. Gideon, after long hours, when everybody has been taken care of, do you retire to the room as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have made it kind of clear that I did save a couple people, at least to the caravan leader. So I'm hoping.
Okay, so you're leaning over there with the bodies and everything, and these people have been bandaged up, and they're breathing, but none of them are conscious. So it's kind of like you and two battlefield medics that are taking care of them. And what do you want to do?
I would have gone and just kind of said, or to the caravan master said, I was only able to save 3. I wish you could have done more.
Okay,
Thanks
so
for.
as you look around, you don't see the caravan leader. He doesn't seem to be here dealing with any of the wounded.
Oh well. Well then, never mind. Then fuck it. I'm going back to the room.
Okay. You find that the rest of your party has made it there, compacted into his trash can state. BP is there in the corner, just seated, passed out. Draken is there in his chair, and Zakarum is laid down on one of the benches and is getting some shut-eye. You guys all kind of gather into there and go for a long rest, which you successfully get.
Hell.
Nice spell slots. I missed you. And I get to roll my divination rolls.
Please do.
Hey Lucian, for feel no pain on the simulacrum, is that for any damage types?
Yeah, it doesn't matter what kind.
Okay.
This is Jake.
The one? No,
On the
I
113.
want the one. Fuck.
That is jank.
That's a shitty 8.
8s are good. What if you want a completely mediocre roll?
Last time I tried to use a completely mediocre roll, it had a +7 to hit and still hit him.
This is true. Poor guardsman.
No, it was poor Zakarum.
Oh yeah. Took 18 damage.
Hey, still was up after 18, dude.
Yep. You got that bonus honor for the Dragonborn.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, dude. Bonus honor for sure, dude. That side quest was fucking completed.
So you guys pile in here, and I need to take a look at the map for a brief moment. Unless there is something, something pressing, like something out of the ordinary, are you guys going to just fast travel to Hillcrest, or do you have some stuff that you want to do when you wake up the next day?
Just general small talk. Probably go talk to Mozam, but otherwise, no, not really.
Yeah, I would have done small talk, especially with the people I specifically saved. build up a rapport with them.
Interesting.
I'd like to use my extra honor gain with the Dragonborn to have them show me how to more intricately craft the trophy and try and get the bear skull into fashionable helmet.
Okay. What ends up happening is at the end of the fight, you guys tucker into your room and go to bed, and then when you wake up, you find that the bed that you're in, or the room that you're in, has been actually changed to some degree. And inside of the room, you see what looks like a couple of crates and barrels that weren't there before and are now like pressing up against you guys uncomfortably. You learn from the first person that you ask in the carriage that multiple days had passed and they thought that you guys had left and, you know, were simply missing. But you would get to about there. And at that point would find out that it is the 18th. No, 20th, sorry.
Be right back.
Now, during this period, as you guys kind of get back up, there's a few things that you guys want to do. Draken, you want to spend some time with Mozam, sorry. And
What season is it?
It's spring. It's the 20th of spring. Zakarum wants to go and speak with the Dragonborn, but he dipped away for a quick sec. And Gideon, you want to talk with these guards here. What did you want to talk to them about?
I mean, I don't have to like RP it out unless you want me to, but I was just, you know, kind of make small talk, build rapport. Near the end of the journey, I would ask them some questions, but you know, unless we're fast traveling.
I'm back.
Wait. Sorry, give me 2 seconds. I'm just processing something. Make a persuasion roll for me.
Shit. Oh. 14.
Okay. So you talk with the guards, and it seems that they've been informed that you know, you kind of helped out and whatnot, and they thank you for your time as a medic there near the end, playing a role in saving their lives. And you talk with them for a little bit, just kind of about the weather and things like that. I suppose they've been healed up, so they're in better shape. They can kind of like walk around and whatnot. Some of them kind of rest in their rooms. But you chit-chat with them for a little bit, and then go back to your business. And Zakarum, when you go to speak with the Dragonborn about the skull, they will help you out with the thing and kind of field dress it with you. Let's see here. I want somebody at this point to make a luck roll to see how the rest of the journey on the caravan goes.
That's got to be me, right?
I don't know.
Statistically,
Statistically speaking. Oh!
It's a 4.
Make a die
Is it
roll.
bad that I like wanted to roll a 1?
1 means fun. Okay. So, multiple days go by. Zakarum, you can turn that bear head into a proper bear trophy. So at this point, it is completely clean. It's not rotting or anything like that. They've showed you how to open up like a small hole at the back for the skull and kind of like pull out the brain matter and let everything dry properly. And they, you know, show you techniques for getting sinew off of the thing, and they really like help you fix the thing up. And You guys travel for 6 days before eventually getting to Hillcrest because the roads become so muddy as the weather turns for the worst. In the middle of spring here, it seems that some torrential downpour had been waiting for just the right moment. And here it is. With all of the mud on the road, the wheels find that it's very difficult going, and 6 days pass until you get to this point. Now, it's the 6th day of travel. And you've been informed by the guards who, carry their word from the caravan master that you should be arriving in Hillcrest today. And despite the fact that, there's rain pouring down and everything, we're quite close and should be getting there in a few hours. But the caravan stops at some point. Now, you guys have had delays, having to pause for a moment. The caravan does come to a halt every now and then. It's actually kind of rare that during the whole day there isn't something that interrupts the flow of travel. But this time, when the thing stops, there is a very long time that nothing happens. And normally, the delay is a couple of minutes, like maybe somebody has to go and use the bathroom or something like that. But you guys pause, and you're expecting things to pick back up, and 10 minutes pass, and 50, and 20 minutes pass. Something seems to be up. What do you guys want to do? It's pouring rain, you can hear this, it's just pounding down in sheets on the top of the caravan. You can hear it sort of dripping along the walls. The halflings in the room over to the side of you, they're all chit-chatting and doing stuff. They don't seem to care. Are you guys going to just wait it out in your room, or do you guys want to do something? I would say
Quick question.
In the morning, you've probably eaten.
Question.
How many days have, assuming we skipped some, but how many days have we actually, how many long rests have we gotten?
6.
Alright, I'm rolling 6 injury checks.
Do it.
Okay, I have a lot
You
of
won't.
d20s over here.
Why
Alright,
are you
here's
60-20s?
I need 2 more, but we'll just check these 4 first, see what happens.
Nope.
There's a fucking 19.
Oh,
There's a
close.
17.
He's got 2 more, boys. He's got 2 more.
Here it comes.
I believe.
Not even
Another
close,
17.
baby.
The bum
Alright,
light
and then-
continues.
And then, now I just need to roll 12 more for divination checks and see if I
Yeah.
can use
No,
my
you keep the
divination on
dice that you have.
No, wait, so
Because
don't
you
roll a
can't
new
carry
div?
them from one day to another.
No, I know. Well, I would have made this check every day. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm just going to roll my divs for the day. You at some point mentioned that I could use divination rolls on it, but that would be very... Fucking hate everything.
Well, why don't you just use that one for today then?
That's janked, that's why.
That looks like a 20 to me.
Is
That's
it?
not janked.
No, it's a 20.
It looks
That's a
janked to
20.
me.
That's
Okay.
a raw natty.
Would you like to use one of today's divination rolls to fix your leg?
Yes, please. Thank God.
You would now have normal move speed. It took, 2 days of
Forever.
time lapse and 6 days of actually just sitting around in a cart. But one day, you kind of get up, shake it out, and you're feeling a little bit better. That throbbing pain is gone. You have the 6 left
sick.
for the rest of the day.
Pop that shit back into place.
Correct. And then I get out of the car, trip, fall, have a new limp.
Fall down the stairs.
Can I go find Vorkin and ask what's up?
Oh, sure. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? You guys are all in the room here. The delay's been going on for a while. Gideon, you kind of
Is-
get a little restless.
Is the bear skull wearable?
Not until you have some leather fittings and stuff, but it's all ready to be used for that.
Okay.
So Gideon gets up and opens up the door, and in the hallway here, things seem to be empty, save for at the other end here. You can see that there's one door open, and this character that Draken seems to like spending time with, he seems to be like looking up and down the hall. And he sees you when you poke your head out, Gideon. And to you, this is just some guy that apparently has hit it off with one of your party members. And he calls out and says, "Hey, do you know what's going on?"
No, I was hoping you did.
"Don't know. Been stopped for a while. I don't really want to step out into the rain yet, but I'm starting to think maybe I should."
Yeah, I I was thinking of the same thing. Here, I'll go check and I'll tell you.
All right. When you open up the back door here, you can see that there are a couple of guards, but most of them seem to be watching other parts of the caravan instead of patrolling behind it. And there's just 2 people here, and Vorkan seems to be in like the rear guard most of the time, so he's here with 1 other guardsman, and they're both on the side over here, off to one end of the road, and they're looking in this direction, though it's difficult to see. It's the kind of rain where, like, seeing past 30 feet is, like, obscured practically, because it's raining so heavily. It's like monsoon rains. So you open up the door, you know, your arm is, like, just drenched immediately, but you see them over there. They're both on their horses and looking towards the front of the caravan.
Doing one of those, like, yell whispers, like, Vorkin, hey, what's going on out there?
You see he looks at the guard, they say something, but you just hear rain, and then he trots his horse over. He goes, "Hey, Gideon. Oh, thanks again about the other day.
Yeah, no problem.
I don't know, there's something's in the road, apparently. Thinking about whether we have to move it or go around."
Fuck.
Do I hear that?
I'd say you would hear this, because it's just like 5 or 10 feet away.
Sounds like a
I'll
trap,
pop out of
to
the
be
room.
honest.
I'll say, Gideon, stay here. I will go and investigate.
And then shuffleboard my way across.
Hey, Zachary, watch out. The bandits usually use these as kind of traps for merchants.
If Zakarum dies, Zakarum will die gloriously.
Okay, well, just be careful.
We got 2 fine traders to give to them if they really have to make demands.
Fuck yourself, old man.
I complimented you, calling you a fine trader, Mr. I lost my soul.
Yeah.
Okay. Down the way you wander, and it is cold, but as a Triton, being covered in cold water, you know, this is actually kind of pleasant. And the mud at your feet is a little bit odd, but being drenched like this
Bitch, my feet are webbed.
is kind of nice. Yeah, you find that moving around is a lot easier than, you know, like all these horses and guards. They seem to be having a tough time with it. Now, as you go by...
I'd like to imagine myself as just kind of like ice skating with my hands clasped behind my back.
Mud skating.
Yeah, you
Mud
slide.
skating.
It's muddy enough, you could probably slide here and there. You get what looks like some weird looks from the guards, but, you know, it's pleasant for you. You go by one carriage, then another, passing by guard and guard and guard. And eventually, up at the front, you see what looks like a group of them here. And the caravan master seems to be seated in his regular spot, and there's a group of 4 guards there that are talking, and you can see what it is that they're talking about. As further up the way, maybe about, I'd say like 100 to 150 feet up the road, there is a broken down carriage which sits at the center of the road. And it's got like its door torn off, laying there in the mud. One of its wheels has all of its spokes busted and is kind of laying there. And it's just derelict and left there as this big roadblock.
Move up and say, looks like some people on the road met an unfortunate end. Has anybody gone up there to inspect the cart yet?
There's one. He's looking through it right now. You can see that the rider here, he has an empty horse with him, right? Like one with saddle and everything, but no rider. And sure enough, as he mentions that, you can see, like, moving through this leftover carriage, through one of its busted windows, there appears to be a guard wandering through, and he has a sword in his hand and is kind of like stepping in there and whatnot.
How large is this thing?
Probably about the size of... It's in between these two. Like, these two caravans.
Okay.
It's just a single one left there.
Sounds like we're getting the A-Team-mobile back in action.
Yeah, I'll go. Oh, that's never gonna get old. I'll go over there and check it out with the guard.
Okay, so as you go forward, the guard, you know, he turns to you and he goes, wait, it's not safe. We haven't checked it yet.
Yeah, well, I will help determine just how safe or unsafe it is.
Do you just keep walking after that?
Yeah.
You hear that the guard is like, wait, the other one stops him and goes, just let him go.
Citizen.
Wait, citizen.
You've broken the law. Pay the fine.
While you're wandering away and the sheets of rain are pouring down, you think you hear something about them talking about that fight like days back. And you hear like the word trident or something as they fade into the distance.
Bet you feel so cool right now, Mr. Big Dick.
You got 2
Got a
kills.
fairly large penis.
How's that
dude.
kidney feel?
It's after 8 days, feels fine, dude.
Still not in the right place.
I mean,
It's good. He never went unconscious, so there ain't no major injury with it. Like, who cares? Complications.
He doesn't technically have displaced kidney. So you go wandering forward, and I'm going to draw that into just a different corner of the map here, so you can kind of get an idea of what's going on. As for you guys, it's been probably maybe 2 minutes since Zachram has wandered away. Are you guys just going to continue hanging out there while it's just pouring rain and everything?
I'll follow the guards.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna step out too and follow with BP. I'm gonna use Mage Hand and have a visor over my eyes.
Sure.
Following me, you just get like a. It's just constant metal. Like, you know the awning of your house? That's me.
So there are windows.
Where's your pull-out umbrella?
You just fucking sheet metal in the rain, dude.
There's like a little broken wheel laying on the ground over here. Kind of one over here, barely holding on. And there we go. Perfect. So Zacharium, you'd be wandering over towards this thing, and you see that one of the guards inside of the caravan here is kind of rummaging about, and he looks through, not a window here, but like a broken hole in the wall, and he kind of steps over towards you. And he goes, what are you doing here?
I've come to inspect this carriage to determine the safety and or danger that is present on my master.
I'd like you to roll luck, please.
This again. You know, statistically speaking.
Statistically.
Statistically speaking,
There it
not
is.
bad.
Statistically.
It's a 16.
I mean,
The
if you
face
take
of this
your last
guardsman-
roll and this roll, you have a 20.
The face of this guardsman is familiar, and even amongst the rain and everything, he kind of pulls up the visor of his metal helm there, and you see the man who had the spear in his hand, who was fighting with that beast, you know, just alongside you and the Dragonborn from days ago. And he goes, okay, well, you know, get in here. You don't want to be out in the cold for too long.
The cold does not bother me, friend.
Yeah, you see like a look on his face as he kind of realizes that what he's saying is like, oh yeah, he is a fish person, right? And as you step inside, the sound of the rain pitter-pattering changes. You can tell that there must be holes in the top of this carriage in different spots where the rain filters in. But most of it is blocked, especially since the room that you're in here is intact other than the hole in the wall. You see what looks like a mock-up almost of the caravan that you had, almost as though they could have been built by the same people. However, On the bench here, you see what looks like a lot of blood.
Okay.
The guardsman looks over and he says, I just made the sweep. I checked the room across the hall, but I haven't checked the rest of them. Don't know. This could be a trap.
It could. Or it could have been a hit and run. It's usually not like bandits to stick around after a kill. Even most of the time, they like to gather what they can and disperse.
He'll
As I
follow
begin to
behind you.
move, through this cart, caravan, whatever,
Cardboard box.
this cardboard box, is there any signs of like wood that is singed or clawed? Using the likely scar on my abdomen as a frame of reference?
Sure, make an investigation check, please.
Do any of these things look like my kidney?
Are
Triton's
you my
been here.
kidney? Alright, so
No.
that's really bad.
Investigation.
Investigation. That's a 10.
Okay. You step out into the hallway here, and there's a hole in the ceiling which seems to have demolished a T-section of wall here, allowing you access to the other rooms. There's also a little door on this side right here. There's one over on this side as well, one over here. Rain is pouring in and seems to kind of flood in your direction from this hole in the ceiling. So it kind of pours in and then goes down the hallway and then like sort of out through the hole there. Now, as you look around, you see more carnage. And laying here on the ground is the dead body of what looks to be a regular city guardsman almost. He's got some chainmail on him. He's still got his boots and whatnot. However, he's missing an arm and there's blood all over the place. The guard looks over as you kind of take this in, and he says, something went down here. If it was bandits, you'd think they would take that. And he kind of touches the chainmail with the tip of his longsword.
Perhaps.
Now,
Let's keep looking.
as you keep going, with that check of 10, you don't see anything like claw marks or anything like that.
Okay. What about coming into the
I'll be right
hole
back.
here and looking at the double rooms?
Sure. Over here, the rain pours down, and you can see into the other rooms. They are similar. There's some carnage to be had. You find what looks like a set of two bodies in this room, and another body over in this room. And the bodies are, once again, horribly maimed. You find one that's headless, one without legs, another without an arm.
Recollecting the Edge of the Forest fight, do the wounds on these bodies look similar to those of the slain guardsmen there?
Sure. Make a medicine check as you lean over and check one of them.
Oh. Yeah, I believe that's just a 14. That is just a 14.
As you look over, you notice something. You're not terribly well versed when it comes to anatomy or anything, but you find that these humans have had their limbs just ripped off, and they don't actually have other wounds. There's no, claws or bite marks. It's just a tearing of an arm or a leg or something, or in one case, a head that's just been removed. I'd like you to make a perception check.
Okay. It's those damn storm giants.
I returned.
That is a nat 20.
Okay.
Statistically speaking?
For a
Statistically speaking.
For a brief moment, you hear something that's like a strange change coming from your surroundings, and all of the rain falling into this hole for 1 second just stops, and then pours back down again.
I'll whip my head up.
As you look up, you see what looks like an incredibly large silhouette flying in the sky. Two huge wings spanning out. And the
I'll
guardsman
pull the
beside
guard.
you looks up and he just says, "Fuck."
What the hell is that?
Do we see it?
No, you guys are back in the caravan.
No, we're not.
What? Me and
Oh,
We've
you're
been
wandering
walking
around?
towards them, dude. No, we were walking towards this
Okay.
since, like, before he got inside.
So you guys are wandering over, and at this point, we'll cut to these guys. You've made it over here, and as you get up, you see what looks like the guards, and they immediately just turn. They're like, yelling over the rain. "You guys gotta stop. Stay in the caravan. It's dangerous out here. There's something blocking the path, but we'll be moving soon."
Our friend is in that caravan.
Yes, that's true, but it's important that you just wait for now. And while he's talking, you see in, like, the background what looks like a gigantic bird that comes and just lands on the top of the caravan. Like, its wings cover from, like, one side to the other. The guard doesn't seem to notice, though. He's just like, "You need to leave.
I'll
He'll
point
be
at it.
fine."
Sir,
That
if you would just kindly turn around for
like that
one
kind
sec-
of danger.
He turns and looks, and he just, like, he doesn't look back at you. He just keeps staring off at it. Meanwhile, Zakarum, you look up, you see this, the silhouette seems to drift away past where you can view it from this hole here, and then, in a moment, just the whole caravan shakes for a second as it lands here.
Is it doing anything? Is it just looking at us?
Zakarum, you see that its head tilts to the side, an incredibly large, yellowish eye stares over at you. The thing could easily be, like, it's larger than, like, a huge pottery vase. Like, it's a massive eye. It would belong on, like, a giant squid or something. And it just kind of stares at you there for a second, and then its beak goes flying in your direction.
Combat roll.
I need a dexterity saving throw from you, please.
Statistically speaking, you're probably fucked.
You have a +0.
Yeah, but he's a fish fighting against a bird.
Oh shit.
As a 13.
13 dex save? Okay.
Something.
You gotta move away, and the creature's beak comes flying in here, straight through the hole. It seems to fit fairly well, and as it does, it goes for you, and you try to escape. Which room do you try to leap into? Do you choose the hallways, or one of these, or where are you going?
I would probably attempt to roll into this hallway.
Okay.
This is like reverse whack-a-mole going on right now.
You leap into this hallway here, and the beak comes down and just narrowly misses you. Instead, it grabs a hold of your backpack. What do you have on you?
Oh no.
I mean, rations?
Okay.
I guess? Like, I don't know. I'm not like the...
Tell me what's in your...
Currently, I'm not really playing a character that has, like, a backpack.
No, in your inventory, like on your sheet.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, well, the trophy, a tabard, a conch, and rations.
Okay. You watch...
But, like, none of that would be worn on a backpack. Maybe
I
the
see.
rations would be worn in some kind of a bag, but, like, the trophy is back in the room.
Okay.
The tabard is on, and the conch is on my belt.
How many rations do you have?
4.
4. Okay. You have a small sack that you keep at your side filled with, like a few days worth of food. And the beak, like, grabs a hold of these and then just instantly tears it from you. And you kind of slide into the hall here as it takes the thing. And you can see, like, its neck kind of pulls its head up. And over there, back at the main caravan, you see that the beak, like, goes into this broken caravan, pulls out some sort of, like, maybe, like, head-shaped thing, and then just kind of tilts its head back, and you watch as it goes down its gullet, and it kind of, like, moves its head about back and forth, and then turns back towards it and starts looking into the hole again. At this point, the guard just, like, fucking immediately runs over here and goes to hide in the other room. Zakarum, as you've lost your 4 rations there, go ahead and subtract those.
Those were my rations! I want to jump up and stab it in the eye.
Oh, Jesus!
Oh god.
Make an attack, please.
Look, those rations were just to fatten up the chicken before we eat them.
It's a lot of chicken.
It's a ton of fucking chicken, dude. Oh boy. It's a 14.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage for me, please.
12 damage.
Okay. I'd like you to roll luck, please. If you get a 1 to a 10, your trident
Statistically
gets stuck in
speaking.
his eye.
There it goes.
You're also, you guys are standing over here with these guardsmen, and you watch as like the bird brings its head back down. You know it's looking around, and the guards are obviously tense. They're about to watch, you know, one of their friends that's in there get eaten up, and instead the head of this large bird comes reeling back from the thing, and you see clearly what looks like a giant trident stuck in its eye. And it just like turns around, lets out one like incredibly loud screech, and just steps off of the thing and goes to fly away.
Can I fire a bolt? Are we in
Hell
range
no.
to attack the thing?
Your firebolt goes like 20 feet into the rain and just fizzles out.
Can I hunter's mark it?
Oh, sure. What's the distance on your hunter's mark?
120.
Roll luck.
So good.
Yes.
15.
Oh, statistically
speaking.
speaking, you hunter's mark it. And the thing goes to fly off into the distance, flapping there. It doesn't.
Whoa.
Mhm.
Can I hang on to the trident?
Oh shit! Make a strength saving throw.
Oh, okay. That's it's a 16.
When the bird turns to leave here, you watch as its head like flails around. There's the trident stuck in its eye, but that's not all. There's something on the end of the trident, and you see Sakarum gets like pulled out of the hole here, and he's just holding onto the thing. The bird turns and goes to fly away. Its eye closed but bleeding, a trident hanging from it, and Zakarum hanging off of the trident. The bird attempts to fly. I'm gonna roll for the bird to fly. And manages to do so, going above the trees. It goes and escapes. You've successfully got a hunter's mark on the thing, DeGronk. You guys both see that like the guard steps out of the little caravan here and just watches this giant thing go flying off. Zakarum, you're flying through the air in the rain, holding onto the trident. There's like blood of this strange creature dripping down. What do you want to do?
Holding on to the trident, I want to like reach up and start ripping its eye out.
Like climb up the trident and then start messing with its eye?
Like ultimately, the end goal here is to climb up the trident, burrow into its eye, and crawl into its skull.
Jeez.
Make an athletics check
okay.
to climb like the wet trident while flying and being covered in blood.
I mean, I am a trident. I'm very used to being wet.
Statistically speaking.
So you hold on to this thing and you start to grab it. For the rest of you guys, this thing's massive, and it takes very little time before it's flying so far away it's just out of reach. One of the guards looks over and just goes, "Holy fuck!" And you start to climb this thing. You guys can no longer see Zakarum. The bird's far away enough. And you climb up to where the trident has pierced into this thing. There's like these two large eyelids that have like kind of come down here and have enveloped the trident, and there's like all sorts of blood and gooey fluids coming down periodically. As you get there, the bird's head turns, almost like the shift in weight pulling on its eye has provoked it. And I need you to make for me a dexterity saving throw. Or a strength saving throw, sorry, to continue holding on as it cranes its head around.
A 16.
Okay. You manage to keep holding on, and your hands are like lodged in the three-pronged portion of the trident there. What do you want to do? Start, like, grabbing at its eye parts and just tearing?
Yeah.
Okay. Make a strength check, please. This is very reminiscent of the bear.
I don't know. He's made some
Nat 20.
good straight checks this time.
Alright.
You go and lodge your hand into there. For you being a trident, having your hand covered in some sort of strange goo is not so strange. You're like, yeah, it's like reaching into an anemone. And you grab a hold of something, and it's like a cord-like organ, maybe, almost like holding something from the bear there. And you just pull. And when you do, there's a lot of resistance, but you're pretty determined here. Your adrenaline has never been pumping this fast. There's rain covering you. Maybe it's just
right.
maybe you're just maybe it's because you got the home turf advantage with all the rain pouring down, flying through the air above this forest. But you pull here, and the whole eye pops out. And what do you want to do here? Because there's a moment where it's like, well, I can go with the eye and the trident and go landing into the trees or something else. But you have that moment where you're pulling and you realize that the whole eye has just dislodged.
Okay, so like slow motion, the eye is popped out and his gravity's beginning to take hold on
Yeah.
it. Does it look like I could crawl into this thing's eye?
It's pretty big. Probably. You will lose the trident, though, if you do that.
Ooh.
Can't hold on to the trident.
Yeah, you're gonna have to choose to either keep holding on to the creature or to hold on to the trident attached to the big eye.
How far up is he?
Well,
Do
right
I
now,
think that I could survive a fall through the fucking upper layers of the forest?
yeah, you probably wouldn't have a good idea. Looking down, though, you'd just be like, yeah, it's not good.
Alright, dude. Well, the only way is forwards then. I will drop the eye and attempt to climb into this thing's fucking eye.
Okay. You let go of the thing, and watch as your beloved trident, attached to a gigantic beast's eye, goes trailing off. A large red cord goes sailing above your head, and then eventually kind of pops and snaps, flying out from the creature's skull. The bird's head moves about, but you still have a grip, and you go and nestle yourself into the socket of this creature's, where its eye was a moment ago, and kind of hold in there.
Alright, y'all ready for this one? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
The bird is not doing well, and the flying gets very erratic, and the ride becomes a bit turbulent. What do you want to do?
I want to brace with my feet and in one arm, and with my other arm, reach down and grab my conch and just blow it from within this thing's eye socket.
There's no one around to hear it but the bird, but the last thing that it hears before crashing into the trees is like... and then after that, just as like pieces of timber just get smashed, and there's all these leaves going by. The space, the window through which you're looking here is just like a flurry of green and snapping wood as you collide here, and then finally smash into the ground. When you do, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Something,
That's fair.
one of the more metal kills we've ever had in D&D, up there on par
Uh-oh.
with Bloodbane Suicide.
Uh-oh.
Do we? hear
That
this?
is a 13. That is a 12. That is a 12.
Okay. The head and the rest of this beast smashes into the ground and quickly ragdolls. And as it does, it goes rolling here, hitting trees, smashing around. You move in all sorts of directions, but you've got a fairly good handhold inside of this thing and have had time to get your foot and your arm where you need it to be just to stay in there. And it acts kind of like a protective sort of vessel as this thing goes smashing through the trees and into the ground. And at the very end there, you lose your grip and tumble out of the thing's head, and your conch lands like, 2 feet away from your hand there as you slide into the mud, and there in front of you is like a gigantic, like 60-foot bird dead on the ground.
Jesus fuck.
Oh my
I'll just like stand up, take a second, brush some of the mud off my chest,
and then just scream in primal fury into the sky. Oh my god, that is the most metal thing I've ever done
Holy
in D&D. What the
fuck?
fuck?
I don't.
We're gonna take a brief 5 or 10 minute break, friends.
Thank you.
On that thought, did we see it fall?
Just like rain pouring down, stare up at the camera. Ah! It pans out.
It's just like a fucking 200-yard wake of destruction.
Yeah.
Fucking just tiny Zachary covered in fucking bird goo.
Oh fuck!
Mother Russia.
Wow.
Fish eat
Oh,
bird.
Lord, dude. Fish eat bird. Oh my god, please change. You should change this group's name every week, and this week it'll be called Fish Eat Bird.
Fishy bird?
Fish, Eat Bird.
In
Oh.
Mother Russia, fish eat bird.
Whew. That was pretty intense.
Holy fuck, that was very intense, dude.
Now you just gotta get your trident back.
Probably
And...
like where I got that nat 20, that's usually where I rolled the nat 1. Like, pretty much that entire time, I was just like, alright, so I'm doing pretty good. Guessing a 1's about to come up pretty soon.
But with this group, statistically speaking,
Statistically speaking,
we're not great souls, we are great gods.
alright, I'm gonna fill my cup. I'll be right back.
Holy shit.
BRB.
That's some good shit.
Alright, that was some good shit. But table talk, what the fuck do I do now? Just, like,
hopefully I
track
hunter's
it
mark
back?
and track you down.
Hopefully we saw the bird fall.
Maybe
Well, I
you
haven't-
heard it, dude.
I
I mean,
haven't
that would
heard.
that would have made quite the fucking sound.
Yeah, but it's pouring down rain.
It's still though. Like, you ever heard two trains colliding?
No, and I haven't heard them do it in the pouring down rain either. I don't know, like a fucking rain
I don't know.
muffled
Yeah,
sounds.
yeah, it
super
does.
hard.
It does. It's true. But I mean,
I have it marked.
you can hear gunshots through rain. Like, you'd be able to hear, you know, a 200-yard segment of forest being.
I'm sure we'll
uprooted.
just continue to ignore Uchi saying he has it marked.
Yeah, we definitely will.
I can just go track it.
Guys, like we don't have to like. He's not lost. I know where it fell. No, dude. We're gonna have to like search the woods for like 2 years, man. Maybe we'll find his. We're gonna find your trident, and we're just gonna give up. It's like, oh, he's dead.
Oh, he's dead. He got that eye out though. What a fucking monster.
Yeah. And then I'll just walk through the bush with a fucking dagger in one hand and a conch in the other, and just be like, "Oh, hey, thanks for trying."
Well, you're gonna get your trophy. Maybe you can take the skull off that thing. It's only like
Jesus
20 feet.
Christ.
Dude, we can put it on the A-Team mobile. Be like the front of it.
What trophy are you gonna try to get from it? Well,
I like how whenever I play with Uchi, it's like the greatest enemy of all is always a bird. Every time.
what do you mean? When was the last time bird?
Bird. It's always a bird, man. There's always a bird somewhere. We never killed that eagle in the barbarian campaign that flew off that you picked a fight with.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I definitely thought like that entire encounter was gonna start with me like losing a fucking leg to that bird. So I'm pretty happy with how things turned out, and I don't think I need to get a trophy.
I mean, smart decision. I should have like used my divination when I attempted to fly around and give it a 6 on that, so it failed miserably. But I wasn't thinking about that shit at the time.
Oh yeah, that's a good call, dude. Fuck.
Divination rolls are fucking hard to use on things he rolls.
Yeah, because he doesn't roll them on the table, so you gotta like.
Yeah, and you also have to be very proactive in thinking about it. Still,
Still.
then we would have missed the most metal kill of all time. So
Yeah.
whatever.
Dude, I don't know, man. I've never done anything like that. I don't think I've played in a game where anything like that's happened. That was pretty incredible.
It's on par with Bloodbane's death and the Geek campaign. You remember,
dude.
Uchi?
That campaign was fucking legendary, dude.
remember when Bloodbane used the wishing orb to kill literally everybody on the enemy boat, and then blew his head like exploded in the process.
He did kill the Kobold Queen.
Dude, Jackal Queen.
My
Whatever.
God, fuck, killed that bird. Holy shit. The fucking nat 20 to just rip its eye out, though. What?
Good nat 20.
Yeah, that was like, oh, if there was ever a moment where I needed a nat 20, that was it. That was fucking it, dude.
Do I go with the eye and keep my trident and potentially die from the fall?
Or do
Like-
I crawl inside this thing and literally destroy its brain from vibrations?
I was
The
like, it was a
last
pretty
thing the
like
bird
even
hears-
choice at first. Like, keep trident or kill bird, and then you think about it. It's like, wait, but I'll die if I fall.
Yeah. I like to think the last thing that bird heard before it fell to the ground and like destroyed 20, like 100 yards of trees was just, I got those good vibrations.
Uh,
Do you think that's a level up? That's a large kill.
That should probably be a level up.
I don't.
Come on,
Like,
that's a lot.
The
I
bear.
don't know
the
how Lucian
ruins.
does level ups
Actually,
anymore.
we say at level 2, Baller goes to 4.
I was thinking about that. That would have been funny.
He gets the solo XP.
Yeah, solo XP, dude.
No,
yeah.
no, Uchi, you got Hunter's mark on it. You tagged it.
Oh,
I
you
did
tagged
tag
it, dude.
I engaged it. I didn't hit it, but I engaged it.
I engaged. It definitely, yeah, you got an evade on that one.
Going back to spawn. The only one who hasn't done anything would be Sloth. So like I get maybe 5% XP, which he's getting like 20, and then the other 75% goes to Baller's character.
Holy fuck, dude. That would be crazy if I just jumped up to level 4 real quick.
And then it would be us tiny virgins protecting our Chad.
Fucking Chad, dude.
Chad Baller versus
okay.
Virgin Uchi.
Follow the feather. You have
Alright.
this like 15-foot feather helmet sticking out of you.
Dude, I'm wearing a fucking bear.
It's a bear. It's a bear skull just covered in feathers.
Feathers.
But that bird's feathers are like 10 feet long.
Yeah,
So you
dude,
just
yeah,
have
yeah.
one feather that sticks out.
Yeah, it just sticks out and trails behind me, dude. Like,
It's a fucking
Like-
cape.
like the fucking Native American head dresses, but like it's just one feather
It's just
on a
one.
bear skull. That's what I'll do, dude. I'll just grab one feather. Oh man, dude, this caravan's gonna be sucking my dick later.
You could use, or you could tear the beak off and then have them as shoulder pads.
The beak
they're
is
too
like
big.
probably like 6 feet long.
Wait,
Fuck.
how much do you think one of those feathers sell?
Can we just like take the entire bird with us somehow? No, it's 60 feet of bird.
That's a lot of bird.
That's a
That's
lot
a
of
lot
bird.
of bird.
I don't think I could drive that back to the road.
They birds are built lightweight, so you know maybe God just didn't have this one.
You know, Baller, you should have climbed on its back and had a Deathwing encounter.
Dude, that's originally what I wanted to do, but when
I can you stand on
realized
its
he was
right
like-
side so it doesn't roll left.
Dude, I
Yeah,
fucking
when I-
hate that. Of all the mechanics I've ever fucking experienced, that was the most annoying.
Yeah, that was a very poorly designed fight. Fucking awesome, epic fight, but like very
Mhm.
very infuriatingly designed.
Oh, like that's so fucking gay, dude. It's just so annoying, especially when you're trying to like go back and get like.
Oh, it's
Transmog
so
from
easy
it?
now, though.
Well, yeah, like now
You
you just
don't,
fucking
like-
run back and forth, but it's just like it's still so fucking annoying. Ugh.
I still remember the first time I was just like fucking leveling a character in like fucking the Plague Lands or some shit. And like
Deathwing comes down and burns
This
your ass.
fucking fire just fucking fills my screen and I die. And I was like, what the fuck just happened? And achievement pops up like, get killed by Deathwing. What?
Oh, that happened when I was living my character too. Except like, my friend left me to die, and I didn't know what was happening.
What do you see? Is there a way to like not die to that?
No, you're guaranteed to die. There's no avoiding it. So Uchi, this was back in Cataclysm, the pre-Cataclysm event.
Am I thinking of something different? I remember a forest
Probably.
being on fire.
Maybe? I don't know. But pre-Cataclysm event, Deathwing would fly around, just randomly nuke zones, and if you're in the zone, you died. Good times.
It was good.
Why does the cargo bub have to have such low fucking HP? Sloth, you should join us on the GTA run. You'd be good at this game.
GTA. Gross.
It's all about fucking
I
grinding.
could join you on that game, but I don't want to. Like I have GTA, I've had it for so long. I just
Yeah, no.
don't want to don't want anything to do with that.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's what it was, dude. Your whole fucking screen just turns red, and you're like, "What the fuck is going on right now?"
This
And
is
then
the
it's just like-
apocalypse.
Like, God, dude, why is everything so red? Like this place is usually, pretty dark. It's near Stratholme. Shit's supposed to be dead and dark and grim. Why is everything so? Oh fuck!
Achievement, Doggett.
Yeah.
So people are just screaming and banging walls right now.
I'm back. Oh, are they?
Is your
Oh,
team
what's up?
winning?
Yeah, March Madness, bro.
Yeah, there's a March Madness game for us going on right now. So, sorry for my mic procs.
I was wondering what that was.
Did it go off?
Yeah. All right, Aleutian.
Are we all ready to go here?
Yep.
Time for me to die on my way back to the road.
Okay.
Sloth, you here?
Oh yeah, is everyone
Okay.
here? I heard Jacob Lucci. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're standing there, screaming up into the sky, Zakarum. And at this point, we're gonna cut over towards you guys back at the caravan. Now, the guards have obviously moved to this side of the road to watch all this as the bird flies off into the distance. I assume you would go with them.
Yeah.
There's like this little blip kind of attached to the side of the bird's head. And then at some point you see like a thing fall from it almost. And it's way too far away right now to tell what's going on. Like it's disappeared. And there's this sort of feeling amongst the guards in the rain like, well, there he goes, right? Like that's that. How do we break it to him? And then there's this loud, thunderous crash. You can't see it, but you practically, you can easily hear all the trees breaking, and there's just a loud rumble in the ground for a second. And people kind of look at each other, and one guard goes, "What was that?"
I think that was the bird.
Well, boys, me and BP are gonna go check it out. Try to get the cart out of the road before we get back.
Here we go get Goldstein.
Well, if you want to walk back.
After
One
the
moment.
crash, while you're talking there, you hear something. It's like a loud crack, and amidst all of the pouring rain and everything, you hear like a thunder strike and see off in that rough direction like a lightning bolt shoot down.
I'll be quick.
And I'll shuffle over to the door over here.
Okay.
Are you over here, Gold Gideon?
Yeah, I'm
Gold
just making
Gideon.
small talk. Gold Gideon.
Yeah, it's like the Pokemon shiny version of Gideon. Guys, I got a
Goldstein.
rare Gideon.
Yeah, what's up, PP?
Gideon, you screw them with your money.
Did you
If
hear
you
that
choose
crash?
Swisher.
Gideon, You would have heard
Yep.
something. It sounded kind of like somebody had dropped like a crate outside or something.
Yeah. What was that all about?
We found a giant bird. Zachram got on the bird, and that crashed with him. We should go find him in the forest.
Oh. Okay. Really?
Yeah, I think he's quite deep in there.
Oh, well. That's not good. Okay, yeah. Sorry, Morgan. I'll see you later. Let's go, BP.
And
Good luck out there.
Thank you.
could I have like kept pinging it during the flight just to like with the hunter's mark?
Kept pinging it. What do you mean?
It's like you get advantage on like finding it.
Yeah, I'd say you'll have advantage on tracking it.
Okay. We'll head the general direction of the Godham.
So while BP is stepping over there, the guard turns to you, and he says, well, but it's the caravan master actually, finishes, and he calls out and says, if you're going after him, we're just gonna go around, now that that mystery's solved. Can't have any more delays. We're less than a day away from Hillcrest, though.
Ah!
I think
Oh.
we can probably just make it to the city without them, right?
Sounds
I think
good.
We will. Good.
Yeah, I'll be there if you...
Can you tell Mozam it was nice talking to him if I don't see him again?
Yeah, sure. I'll tell him. Hey, if you guys need any caravan-related business, I will be in Hillcrest for a bit. Maybe I'll see you again. All right, guys.
If you need.
Let's go.
Fuck.
He calls out, and people quickly reassume their positions, and the horses are whipped, and gradually things begin to rumble off, leaving the three of you at the roadside. I need a tracking check from you, please, BP. You have advantage on this survival check.
Replace it with a 6.
I've seen this in my vision.
Thing I've ever done.
Well,
Oh, much wish I had the thing.
16.
It would have been so funny if you'd rolled double ones after I said I was going to replace it.
You got a 16 survival?
Yep.
Okay. You go wandering off in this direction, and given how far you had seen the thing go, you know that you're going to be walking for a while. Hopefully the woods don't have any sort of unfortunate interruptions. I need a luck check from one of you three.
My turn.
What about luck with advantage for anything being scared by the thunderclap?
No, good. Guys, I used my 6 on it, I swear.
Okay. You guys go wandering off into the forest, but these woods, even during this time of heavy rain, are still inhabited by things wandering about. While you're going through here, something gets the drop on you, some creature lurking in the distance. While wandering about, off towards the side, maybe 20 or 30 feet away, a bush momentarily kind of shakes, and you hear a loud "Rabbit."
Mage armor immediately.
Bullywogs!
What the fuck?
You know, I'm sure we don't have a, like, homicidal female character with a giant-ass sword in our party, so the bullywogs won't be that big of a problem.
Yes.
You mean empowered strong woman.
Yes.
Wayman.
Women's, as they say on the interweaves. The bush shakes again. Rabbit.
The toad I saw in the wild didn't make noises, so hopefully it's not a chaos beast.
The ground begins to kind of like tremble for a second, and you watch as
I-
the bush raises up a little bit off of the ground, and it's like a mound of earth is also coming up from the ground with the bush.
Did I get mage armor off?
Yes, I would say so.
Okay.
You guys are, let's take you off the beaten path for a moment. We don't need this cart anymore.
I'm
By
definitely
Mozam,
not
you
there,
will be
by the
missed.
way.
What's that?
I'm definitely not there, by the way.
No. Oh, sorry. I grabbed your character by accident. Get Draken over here. There we go. You guys would be there, and then over here, It's gonna probably be about, yeah, like right there. This is the direction you're going, by the way, to get to Zakaru, just straight down. And this, it's over here, amidst a couple of trees, that you see this bush kind of tremble and not only rivet, but starts to actually kind of like move and rise out of the ground.
Maybe if we keep walking past it.
Have I ever heard of a toad brush in hunting?
Have I ever heard of a toad bush?
Either of you have proficiency in nature.
No. But I have a book.
Oh, I
I have the
do!
book. Throw the book at him.
Can I roll a nature check?
Yes, you can. Only if you have proficiency.
I roll a book check.
If you want to open your book in the
16.
rain.
Never mind, I don't want to roll my book in the rain.
16. As this thing rises up, it occurs to you that what you're looking at is kind of a front, and the bush there is not really important. It's a part of a large underground toad that sometimes lurks in the forests of this world. You know that creatures can be struck with gigantism and sometimes take on strange characteristics. And what you're looking at there, you're pretty sure is a frog large enough that it's, got a bush growing on top of it, and it's been lurking underground.
It's a
Keep moving.
Nidus worm.
Do I know if they move swiftly underground?
No, they lay there and wait for something to come by.
Move quickly past it. Do not touch the bush.
Avoid the bush, got it, over here.
Rabat. You see, like, the bush trembles again, and then some of its roots begin to show through the dirt, and it kind of just, like, falls to the side as this growing mound comes out, and you see what looks like 2 frog eyes, like, kind of looking around.
Is him this way or is him this
Who's
way?
here? So I'll give you a token so you can kind of see. He would be like that kind of thing.
Is Zach room this way, though?
Is that room to
Yeah,
the south? Or?
he's towards the south.
Just keep walking. It's a bit.
Goodbye, Mr. Frog!
The tongue lashes out, and Deckard is swallowed forever.
Yeah, do you do you say that to it?
No.
No.
Yes. I don't fucking know, dude. We're talking. We're not whispering each other.
I said it was a bitch out loud.
All right.
Yeah. I would follow that up with goodbye, Mr. Frog.
Gideon doesn't speak, so that won't attract any attention to him. I'm gonna roll a d6. 1 to 3 is Deckard. Oh, it's a 3.
Rest in peace. Fuck.
Rest in peace, he says. He knows it's coming. The mound suddenly gets larger here, pulling up a bit more, and you watch as a large toad mouth opens up and a tongue lashes out in your direction. I need a dexterity saving throw from you, please, Draken.
At least, I don't have disadvantage on these.
That's true.
Hey, 13.
You shuffle off and the tongue misses. Instead, it hits what looks like a tree behind you and tears a branch right off of it. And the branch just goes like pulling off and disappears into the frog's mouth there. And then you see what looks like a squint almost from the eyes, and the branch is spit back out while you guys go shuffling off.
Rude.
Now, hours of travel go by until eventually you guys come upon something rather strange. It's a clearing where all of the trees have been just decimated and snapped. It's not like logging has come through here and there's clear cutting, just broken trees from some sort of incredibly large entity smashing into the ground. And sure enough there, like 60 feet in one direction, there's a gigantic bird laying on the ground. And there's like feathers everywhere, all over the place amidst the broken trees. And this is after like a couple hours of travel.
VP, you weren't lying. Holy shit.
Yeah, it looks like he killed the thing. That's... Jesus, that's raw as fuck.
It's a big bird.
Can you say that's raw as fuck again, please?
By Titan's name, that's raw as fuck.
Fuck. whenever my parents are paying it, they need to fucking raise that like quite a bit. Holy fuck!
So
That's a
that's like
big
the rough
bird.
size of what you're looking at.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah. That's like about how much
Holy shit.
space it would take.
Oh god. Yeah, I feel like the god of this fucking world was just like, and now, like, he's sitting there painting a miniature, and he's like, finishes up on the eyebrows of one. He's like, ah, the last race of humanoids finally done. And he just turns over and he grabs a giant plushy teddy bear, and he's like, good enough.
Good.
Like, what the fuck, dude?
Now,
Holy fuck!
Can I pick up some feathers on the way if they're just on the ground?
yeah, I mean, most of them are broken, but there's a few intact ones, and they're huge. Like, they're the length of, you know, they're bigger than your arm, right? Some of them are as long as your body.
Okay. Are they light?
Yeah, they're pretty light. Now, as you're wandering in this direction, we have to cut back to Sakarum a little while ago. You had been screaming up towards the sky when, for a brief moment, the heavens opened up and a lightning bolt struck you.
Struck me?
Struck you.
Oh, what the fuck, dude?
Yep, and as this lightning bolt came down and struck you, you could feel the thing kind of like coursing through you as you began to black out, and this like shattering sound as the conch next to you on the ground explodes into pieces of shell flying across all over the ground there. And the electricity ran through your body, causing you to black out. And you just, it was like the sound of the conch was almost like your mind snapping before you lost consciousness. When you guys come around the corner here, turning past the wing of the bird, you see Zakarum laying there on the ground with a huge charred mark around him and a bunch of broken pieces of like multicolored shell. He's probably like right here, so.
That does not look good.
Did that? What?
You can now, even from over here, as you guys are looking at him, it looks like there's some motion almost from him.
Sakarum, are you okay?
Your calls are unanswered, and the corpse does not say anything.
He's not okay.
Whoa, why you gotta identify me as a corpse, bro?
Oh my god, I think he's dead.
Well,
Salon's blessing. Better get a hole going.
you see, that thing don't, and that thing is moving.
You can
So,
see next
really-
to him, there's like the eye socket of this bird here is missing its eye, and there's like blood and gore all over the ground, and his
Jesus
body is
fuck.
coated in it. And it's like been washed off partially by the rain, but there's still just like a pool of it around him.
Is he like convulsing?
No, as you get closer, seeing past the sheets of rain, you can tell that he's breathing is what it is, and he's breathing like heavily, like. But he's unconscious there on the ground. And for a brief moment, you see something. It looks like a flicker, and you see a spark that like runs across his arm for a moment, and then another one that flickers across like his leg.
Hey, buddy, you okay?
He
A
says
little
nothing.
fish man has evolved into a sonotube.
Please.
Gotta go fast!
Why don't you try healing him?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking about it. I
What do
really
you mean
like,
you're thinking about it?
Look,
Look at him, he's on the ground!
look, fucking,
About it.
look, he's emitting electricity. I don't want to fucking touch him in the rain.
That's just, what kind of holy man are you?
I'm just saying that we should.
I don't want to touch him because he's diseased. It's not like I can cure that shit.
Look, I'm just saying that we should be cautious.
Water drips off
here.
of the old man's beard as he kind of shakes his hand at you. And
I shake my hand, I take the mage hand that I was using as a visor and also shake that at him.
a spectral hand in the rain gives you like a what for, son?
Shake my
It
head.
snaps its
Fucking
spectral
senile
finger.
old man. Fucking. Fuck does he think he knows?
Do you want me to touch it first?
No, I
Touch it.
got this. I'm gonna cast healing word.
Okay. Keeping a healthy distance, you cast Healing Word, and Zakarum, The darkness fades. You open your eyes. You feel invigorated as ever. Not like somebody who's been smashed into the ground with a million broken bones, but like somebody who's just woken up feeling freshly rested after, like 2 lines of coke, banging hookers. Like you're a million bucks right now as you open up your eyes there, and you see the 3 of your friends standing there in the rain next to you.
Hey, buddy.
Your conch lays
Don't
broken
have
in
to make it-
pieces.
You don't have to make it sound so gay when he first wakes up.
Say, how's it going? You okay? You don't look okay.
I feel fine.
Positively
What
shocking.
happened?
I think he's a shotgun.
Is there still like bits of lightning arcing on my body?
Yeah, you feel something strange, and as you look down, you see one of your fingers twitches for a moment, and like a little bolt of lightning kind of leaps off of it and hits like the mud a foot away.
Yeah, you see, that doesn't look good.
Do I know anything about lightning striking people and not killing them religiously?
Yeah, it doesn't
It
happen.
doesn't
They die.
feel weird.
I'm gonna poke it.
I poke it.
Oh, you touch Zekaru?
Not an it, BP.
Yeah.
Okay. You kind of step over, reach out your metallic arm. Zakarum, do you just let him poke you?
I guess so. I don't really know what's going on.
Okay. You poke him, and for a brief moment, you feel like a static shock almost.
Ow.
Yeah, I don't think that's healthy.
Hey, so I think you got, according to my calculations, you killed that bird and also got struck by lightning. Now, might I also add,
Suck
that
by
you-
lightning.
you are the rawest fucking fish.
I always like my fucking sushi this way.
It's just
Zakarum looks over at BP and he says, I certainly hope I am not cooked.
yeah. Well, you look a little cooked.
You
I mean,
look burnt as fuck.
there's you don't look like you're like scarred or anything, but there is clearly lightning coming out of you, and that's just not. That's
It-
usually not good.
I think we're overlooking a large fact here, and that is Zakarum killed the fucking bird.
Yeah. Like I understand that.
Yeah,
and that's
I
fucking
killed the
sick.
bird, yeah.
You see the bird over there for a moment, like convulses in a death spasm, and a bunch of blood just like vomits out of its like dead mouth. Just like,
Yeah, like that's cool. But like, it's like, are you
Wow.
like, are you even alive? Like, are you just reanimated from the fucking lightning? Like, what?
I
What the
think
fuck's going
I'm
on?
Alive. I don't remember. The
Jesus
bird ate
fuck.
my rations in the caravan, and then I stabbed it in the eye, and it tried to fly away, but I held on, and then as it was flying, I ripped its eye out. Holy
shit.
fuck! I ripped that thing's eye out,
Yeah, that's like a fucking huge ass bird, dude.
and then I climbed inside of its skull and blew my conch.
Why?
Oh,
Why would you blow your your cock? Just like, I understood the line of thought until
I mean,
that.
I figure it would annoy Bird and Bird would win.
you can see there's like pieces of shell all over the place around him.
Yeah, your
Oh,
conch's kind
no,
of
my
fucked, by the
conch.
way. Yeah,
This
that
was
doesn't.
my ritual conch that bore the runes of my banishment.
Oh well,
Wesh.
that's.
Can
Oh,
we
that's
gather
not
up the
good.
pieces and can I mend them together using mending?
You can try, yeah. You can start wandering around and picking them out of the mud.
Yes, let's go.
your trident also gone.
Oh, you didn't see my trident?
No,
No.
unfortunately not.
Baby,
Ugh.
it's in the eye.
And I'll just punch into the eye.
It's probably in that toad's belly.
It definitely fell in the woods. I had to drop the eye, or else I would have fallen with it. You know.
Mm.
Oh, it's a rather large eye. Probably wouldn't be too hard. Well, actually, no, it'd be a complete pain in the ass to find, but we could try.
I mean, all right. So now I guess I'll just stand up and kind of flex a little bit and make sure everything's where it should be. And
When you flex for a moment, the lightning stops. For a brief second, it kind of flashes in a whole bunch of different spots. Sparks kind of leap about, and then almost dissipate into your body, and you guys watch as the effect finishes. And there's a certain electricity in the air that kind of disappears almost as the moment ends.
So I'm
Zachary,
not able to make a religion check on that.
yeah, you can make a religion check.
That's what I was asking earlier.
Can I make a religion check as well, or
Sure.
or a history check?
A
I also-
22.
Okay.
Oh, that's a natural one. I just don't know anything.
Seems
Draken,
to be
you know
overrated.
that lightning does strike individuals sometimes. Houses have been set on fire, unfortunate cattle instantly killed, that kind of thing. However, the gods, being what they are, do sometimes use nature phenomenon like that as their way of interacting with the world. And given that Zakarum is laying there in like an area that's charred and everything and seems to have been struck and is not dead, he's either got some tricks up his sleeves or there is likely a god looking out for him. He may have had a divine experience too.
Zachary, you praise anything?
No, I don't pray to any kind of god. I just, I pray that
Might
the
want to
Triton
start.
people.
Seems like one of them likes you.
Now,
well, which one?
Zakarum, as you're standing there and they're talking about this, you can feel something. It's like the electricity is still there with you, and if you concentrate on it, you can almost like direct it.
Directed. All right. Well, I try and push it out and zap the bird.
Sure, you hold out your hand, and it doesn't strike the bird. Oh no, you're right next to it. Actually, it does. When you hold out your hand, leaping just a couple feet away from it, there's a brief, pulse. A zapping sound goes out throughout the air and all of the rain, and you guys watch as a lightning bolt kind of leaps from his hand and hits the bird, and a bunch of feathers kind of, light on fire for a brief moment before being put out. Zakarum, you can now cast, where is it? Shocking Grasp as a cantrip. Your modifiers for it are Charisma.
Oh, dang.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and add that to your sheet. You sense that something else is different. Table talk, to add it now so we don't forget. You can also speak Celestial.
Nigga.
Interesting.
Okay.
So you can add those to your sheet. There's something different, and you feel that you can cast this spell at will, and the language thing lingers in the back of your head like you've obtained some kind of new knowledge that you're not really sure of yet, but it's like lingering, like something has changed. Not in a bad way. You've definitely gained something.
So am I just going to be not touchable forever? If I go back home, am I just going to kill everybody when I get in the water?
Some fish give off electricity. You'll be fine.
They're like an eel.
Yeah, you got those eel things, right? Those are things.
Those are things.
Yeah.
Oh, what a crazy day. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, what the fuck was that?
How is nobody excited that he killed that bird?
Well, he just fucking cast lightning out of his hand. Can we just fucking talk about that for a second?
Do you see dead bird? I see gigantic dead bird.
Yeah, well, okay.
Killing the bird and lightning it.
I'll level you with you. He killed the fucking bird and then cast lightning at it.
Yeah, I wanna go get some big feathers.
Sure, you can add some giant feathers. They can't go in your backpack because they're as tall as you are, but you can take a couple if you want.
I'll take 2 giant feathers.
The bird's plumage is fairly simple. It has a color of a light blue feathering to it. And its eyes are a brilliant yellow. Well, eye.
How many pieces of his conch have I picked up by now?
Make a perception check to find these all.
Oh, BP, help me pick up his conch so I can put it back together.
I want feathers.
Can Can I appraise the bird and see if anything would like maybe sell for a good chunk of money?
Oh, sure.
I got
Yeah,
a
go ahead
7.
and roll your appraisal roll.
Can I like?
Uh,
I guess I don't know that.
When you're looking around there, you come to the conclusion that this conch was probably
oh
really
my
close.
fucking god!
Oh no, did you roll? Oh, that's another one.
It-
What are
it,
you
like,
doing over there?
It sat there on 13, and then it was like, fuck it.
It pulled
and
a
then won.
tabletop and was like,
Yeah.
hey, here you go.
God damn it.
Aw.
Is that janked? Is it
Is
janked?
that janked? Just
No?
as it should be.
Fuck.
You find that most of the pieces here on the ground are like more or less intact, but some of them are charred. And after a good deal of time, you know, looking around because they've been talking and wandering about, you are unable to put the conch completely back together, and you come to the conclusion that during the lightning strike, some of the conch probably just vaporized altogether.
Well, was I able to put it into like you got this broken ass conch? Like
Yeah,
is
you
it,
have like half of a shell.
Okay, well, you know, mementos.
Yeah.
I'll go get myself a feather and hand that over to Zach Room.
It looks really shitty, but if you know the story, it's like metal as fuck.
Yeah. All right. Half.
You cannot use it for musical notes anymore.
Got it. Yeah.
So
Uh,
how many feathers is he picking up, and how many feathers am I picking?
I would say there's enough that you could just bundle them in your arms and carry them like, you know, a basket full of reeds into town if you wanted.
Yeah, let's do that. Also, can I have one just like my mage hand holding one over my head as like an umbrella?
Yeah, it works pretty well actually. They repel the water very well.
You know, if you like zoom up onto my garbage-like body, how there's like my head goes there. Can I just stick a bunch of feathers so I have a ring of feathers around my head?
Like tape them to your back? So it's like a
No,
big
they're just,
peacock
like, sticking
headdress thing?
They're like sticking out of my neck hole.
Oh, okay. So like you stuff them into your garbage can body and then through holes at the top they pop out?
Basically.
Sure,
I don't
yeah.
want to fuck up the feathers, you know, but whatever works.
Okay, there's a couple of vents underneath your head there, and you just like push them straight into there until they bottom out at the bottom of the trash can.
I just have 3 large feathers sticking out of me. Heck yeah.
You could not stick out more in a crowd. It is literally impossible.
That being said, I will get more than 2 feathers. I will take, considering that I don't have my trident anymore, I will take as many feathers as I can carry.
Okay.
How many would that be?
I would say with your arms kind of out, you know, wrapped around, maybe like 12.
Okay.
Because they're pretty big, right? They're hefty things. They don't weigh a lot, but they're bulky.
Yeah.
So I can have like 6 on me. We got 12 on him. We got 42 on Uchi because he's just like stuffed them in himself.
I have 3 feathers in me. How many can I hold?
I would say within your shitty robot arms, maybe like 6.
Well, remember, I
Well,
have 1 arm.
robot arm.
3.
2.
Can I stick one out of the barrel of a gun?
You would be unable to really move around with it.
Fuck. Alright, 3 feathers.
How many am I able to hold as an old man with only like say I'm only using 1 arm because I got my staff in the other?
Yeah, probably 3 as well. Maybe 4. You can take 4.
Okay,
Can I
4
drop
and
to
then
my
a chance of-
knees and do like a religion check, pray to Azun, saying, I have no fucking clue about anything in terms of selling body parts. Could I please have some like guidance? I shall cast guidance on myself and ask if I could do a religion check.
No, you could channel divinity if you wanted to ask about deals and stuff like that. But
Well-
just calling, you can't like telephone a
Yeah.
god at will with a religion check. That's not really a mechanic.
Well, I'll do the channel divinity. I don't know if it.
They take notice of certain things, right? Each god has like a, oh, you know, that's interesting. What's going on over there? Is that a guy hanging from a bird? Holy fuck! What the hell?
Fuck is that?
So if you want to pull Azun's attention,
Sure,
you'd have to
yes.
think of kind of what he likes, and then do something that's like really noteworthy, you know.
Damn, that was sick. I'm gonna zap that guy with lightning.
Dude, this guy gets me. This guy gets my blessing. That's some
This guy-
quality TV down there.
This is my boy.
He knows the way.
Yes,
This
I shall-
fish? This
Look
fish
at
fuck.
me. I am delighting now.
Yeah, can I cast Channel Divinity and ask if there's trade deals for anything of this bird?
Ah, that will work.
Yes.
The channel divinity that you have there is it instantaneous or is it like a ritual?
I wrote it as like a kind of a ritual thing.
Okay. So while everybody's kind of going around and gathering up the parts, you pause in the rain here and begin to do your ritual. It's kind of like, it's drab weather, it's not really pleasant, but after a couple of minutes, you finish this ritual, and materializing in front of you, you see a small little, like, golden silvery dragon that appears, and it kind of, like, lands in the mud there and waves its wings about, which quickly get coated in all of this gunk, and it just kind of looks at you with, like, a grumpy look on its face.
Yeah, I'll say it draconic. Sorry, it's not ideal. I know.
It kind of barks at you like, meh, and it's like trying to, prompt you to ask of it what you will.
Okay, yeah. So is there any trade deals in local towns, specifically Hillcrest, for anything of this bird? Anything at all?
It kind of like turns around and starts to wander over to the creature. And if you guys are paying attention to the bird, you would see like a tiny little, basically like a baby dragon, like a nymph-sized dragon, just wandering around on it and sniffing
What?
around.
What the fuck is that? Do we want that?
It's so
Is that
fucking
thing
cute.
worth money? I could
No.
do that.
It's a messenger of the gods.
Hunter's mark.
It's a messenger. It's a messenger of my god. Please do not harm it or interfere with it. It is trying to make us money.
I wonder, he would look
picture
rather
like-
cute with a feather.
Yeah,
It's like
well,
the
he
Terminator
fucking...
scene in the bar where it's just like the red outline goes around him. Threat level. I'd like you to roll a luck check, please. See if there are any deals for these things in Hillcrest. 10 or
Can I
higher,
get a
and there will
third
be
natural
something.
one in a row? Ah, that's a 6. Okay, well,
The thing kind of sniffs around and then looks at you, and in its mouth, a small scroll appears, and it just lets it fall into the mud, and then it just whoosh, disappears.
doesn't look good. Open the scroll.
The scroll says, "Nope."
Fuck.
I'm sure we could sell the feathers though.
I'm sure, but
You need to stop relying on your god for everything. They get
yeah.
rather
Well,
pissy
fucking,
when
I
you-
tried.
Did anybody get my bear skull?
Oh.
Fuck.
Well,
Well,
we missed,
Oh.
but it's okay. You have a feather
Caravan
now.
is in town. I'm sure they will keep your belongings until we get back.
I'm picturing
Fucking
Zachariah with
idiot.
just like all these giant feathers in his arm, like, anyone got my bear skull? And there's like this giant dead bird next to him. What the fuck is going on?
It's gonna be a fucking crazy bear skull.
We just
All right.
start
Is
walking
it possible to
down.
try and like get a piece of this bird into town before the sun sets?
Wait, how long until the sun sets? There's a question.
Yeah, it's overcast. You guys don't actually know what time it is. If you want, you can make an intelligence roll to check, but there's really no way to look the way that you would normally from the sky, given that it's like a horrible day outside. So just make a straight in check.
23
23.
or
Okay.
21. 21.
You're pretty sure from the time that you guys got up to like when you had to go on this adventure, it's probably the afternoon. When you haul into town, depending on how long it takes, you could be there anywhere from early to late evening, maybe like midnight under really bad circumstances. Now, looking around at this thing, the only trophy that you could take from its body, other than the feathers, which are, portable in a way, in that they're very light, it does have impressive talons that could potentially be taken. But the rest of it, like the bill and whatnot, those are
pretty fucked up.
huge. Yeah, there'd be
Okay,
no
yeah.
way to take that. The talons, you
All
could
right.
take those, but you would have to separate them from its feet and collect them properly.
Want me to help
Oh.
with that?
You still have my dagger.
I do still have the dagger, yeah.
For reference, the talons are probably about... What would that be?
You're gonna use it like the fucking dragon tooth.
They're like
It's your
3
new
feet
weapon.
long.
3 feet,
Damn.
3 foot long talons. All right.
Like, just like the nail portion, you know, like the claw.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Let's BP, come help me try to get these talons off.
I cast guidance.
I'm gonna cast guidance on the other one.
Yes.
Okay.
Ah,
Guidance, boys, I need survival checks from you both.
Oh,
Both have guidance, which means a
See what
D4.
you get. Fuck, I hate seeing D4s roll. They're just such shitty dice.
yeah, they are actually awful. So I got a 9.
Okay.
I got
We could really
a.
just change guidance to a D6.
It's survival, right?
Mhm.
24.
Okay. Removing... Oh, holy shit, what? Oh, it's a 17. I read that as an 11. I was like, damn, Uchi, what are you doing over there? What's,
I'm one wisdomful motherfucker.
what's on your sheet? Zacharium, you try, but you find that you keep breaking the upper portion of the talon when trying to take it off. And when you guys are all finished here, the only one who's managed to secure one is BP. And while you are working on one side with the 3, you botched all 3, but BP... seems to have some kind of natural talent. He walks away with 2 of them intact.
Would you like both?
Yes, please. I'll put them on top of my stack of feathers and then start walking in the direction of town. Sick.
Okay.
All right, come on, Goldstein. Got to get you indoors before sundown.
We got a curfew, the little kid.
I don't have a fucking curfew. I haven't had a
You got
curfew
the
for
curfew.
years.
Yeah, no.
You remember a
says the-
time where his mom was like very important, insisting to you, Zacharium, that like make sure he doesn't spend too much time in the cold. He gets sick easily. And he's just you see him drenched there, and you hear her beautiful voice in your head for a moment.
I'm dying.
I will grab a feather and use it as an umbrella.
Okay.
As my coat is all fucked from the fire.
It's burned and drenched and
Yeah.
covered in like mud and gore and everything.
It's not
Come
good.
on, friends. Let's find a place to lay our heads for the evening.
I need somebody
Yeah.
to please make a luck roll.
Can we like pick up the
Not
wing
me.
and use it as a tent?
Not me.
If you were
I feel
staying
it.
here, you could
feel it.
hide under it.
I'm feeling
No.
it.
Wait, statistically, it's not gonna be good.
Oh, that's fine.
15.
Okay.
Statistic.
You guys travel towards the rough direction of town, and it takes a little while, but eventually you come across what seems to be like a hermit's abode. You don't see the city itself yet. You're still in the forest, but you do chance upon a house. It's like a little hobbit hole, this raised hill where there's a little door and a couple of windows, past which like a little bit of lantern light is burning. And seated outside of the door, underneath an awning where all the rain is like coming down and being blocked, you can see what looks like a little halfling seated there. And he looks over, seeing you guys wandering in the rain, and just kind of waves.
I shall
I
wait.
use my mage hand to wave at him with a feather in it.
Good afternoon.
He calls out to you, and... 2 seconds... Nope. No one understands him. But he seems happy enough, and kind of just waves, and then goes back to smoking his pipe.
Do you speak common, friend?
He calls out again, and he gives you, like, a smile. I'd like you to make an insight check, please.
Like
Insight
cast
check?
comprehend languages.
Oh,
May
sure.
May I make an insight check?
Yeah, you can make one too. Any of you guys can.
I got a 9.
Alright.
I'll take
Assist.
it. 22.
Okay.
Wanna
With the
ask something?
22, you're pretty sure that this guy is unable to speak common, and he's just trying to be polite, because, you know, it's like people on his doorstep that don't speak his language, and he's
Yeah.
just giving you, like, a polite smile, like, hey, you know, how's it going, you know, have a good day.
He doesn't understand a fucking anything of common, guys.
Can I call out in Dwarvish? Do you know where the nearest town is?
With comprehend languages on you now, Draken, you can hear he calls out, and this time you understand him, and he says, "Sorry, buddy, I just don't know what you're saying. You know, have a good day out there."
Okay.
Yeah, nope, don't know what we're saying.
Is
I
it
can't
possible
speak
to see like smoke from the town at this point?
No, you're still in the forest.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, I guess we just keep going.
Can I just run through Draconic, Elvish, and Goblin as well?
Yeah,
Wow.
Draken, you're the only one who just stands it. He's
Goblin?
like, yep, that's nice. Yeah, you guys be safe out there. Nope, don't. Oh, that's nice.
I wave at him goodbye with my gun.
Okay. When you do that, he kind of like pauses for a second, and then seeing you turn around to leave, he kind of, whew.
Yeah, I'll give him a wave and continue on.
Okay. It
Now,
takes
if
a
we were
little
that
bit of
other
time.
campaign, we would have killed him in Sax's house.
If you're a Monday campaign. You guys eventually come out of the forest here, and the rain becomes more intense as you've now stepped beyond the tree canopy, but there, off in the distance, you see a city sprawl with smoke and lights and huge walls off in the distance as well, the whole thing rising up to a point. The city of Hillcrest has been constructed on top of a large overhang, like a cliff on the seaside, and so it pierces up from beyond the drab buildings around it, like the grays and the browns of all these houses spread in different directions. Then there's these massive, like, white and gray walls that go up with huge siege weapons on top, and from there, it's almost like a beacon of light from the other side. You can picture just, like, glittering gold being hidden on the other side of the wall.
Home. Home.
Now, seeing
It's
this...
such a nice town.
Let's go. Ready to
Hillcrest
be.
means a couple of different things for your group. For Zakarum, this is just a human town, and you've actually heard a bit about it. When people talk about humanity, generally they mention Hillcrest as being like, oh, you know, most people are like the people from Hillcrest, right? It's not true, but it's kind of how the other races and the other realms see humanity. This is what humanity looks like. For you, Draken, you've done some traveling and whatnot, so you've probably actually been here before, and you would have some cursory knowledge of the town. You know that most people live outside in this big sprawl of buildings, but past those big walls, that's where all the nobility is, and its rulers. And the inside, you've been there like once or twice, but it is gorgeous. And for you, things are a little bit different, Gideon. That sprawl there is where the Rubensburgers are. And you know that in one of these estates, to which you have the address because it's very important to you, the Rubensburgers make their living, and that's where you're going to have to go to get that account solved, if that's something you want to tackle today. And for you, of course, BP, this is home. This is where you were built, and you lived here for a couple of months before setting out on your hunting adventure, and well, here you are again.
Not even a month out.
I'm going to take a couple of tokens here.
Couple of tokens.
Beautiful.
Gonna take a couple of tokens here. Black hole.
Oh! And the Earthshaker ulti. Oh!
Oh, $6 million acquisition!
Off in the distance there, you guys continue wandering, and you pass by rural farmland. You know, barns with these long, laid out troughs, like these rows of different plants drenched by the rain, like little quaint village houses, and then eventually things start to get a little bit more industrial, and you see a little blacksmith shop from which the sound of metal can be heard clanging. You see a bunch of little basic houses where there's some kids kind of playing underneath a shelter from the rain, that sort of thing. However, as you get into town, it is getting a little bit late. You had made it in with good time, and the light of the day is starting to disappear. So it's probably about 4 or 5 on a very rainy day. So it's getting dark. You've made it into the city, though. Where do you guys want to go? What do you want to do?
We need to find the caravan. It just occurred to me, barring the bear skull, we also forgot the iron chest we're supposed to bring back to the blacksmith.
Oh.
Now, while you guys are talking about this in the middle of the road, you all notice that nearby, a group of the kids playing have stopped and are staring at you.
Do I recognize them?
Oh, make a luck roll.
Make a
If
luck
not-
roll. Does the robot with feathers sticking out its neck like
7.
remember?
You don't recognize any of them, but they definitely look like just normal kids from the area. And as you look over, you see that they're kind of whispering to each other, like they're conspiring about something. And then one of them gets sort of pushed out from the group by the others, and he comes running out into the rain and runs up to you. And in broken common, he goes, "Feather, please?" And he kind of gives you like a, and holds out his hands, like both of them into the air.
Take
I'll
the
give
one my
him
mage
one
hand is
feather.
holding, and I'll like magically like wish it over to him, and then I want to ask the kid. Ah, there's a good boy. Have you seen a caravan come into town?
Yeah, he kind of like reaches up and takes the thing, and he sort of like stumbles back for a moment and then fixes himself up. And while he's holding it, he looks at you and he's got like a huge smile on his face. And he goes, "What?"
Caravan. Lost horses, strangers, out of town.
Mm-hmm.
Seen one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not us.
What?
Alright, BP, your turn.
I lean down to the kid.
Don't let anyone take that feather from you. That is yours.
He nods to you. You can see he's missing like a bunch of teeth through his like huge smile.
I swear
don't-
I'm gonna have to learn halfling one of these days.
He turns around and runs away with the feather, and everybody takes him back into the group with elation as they look at the thing. It's like three lengths bigger than any of the kids are tall.
Probably just made one of those families rich.
Yep. With a bundle of feathers on one shoulder and a couple of talons tucked under my arm, I will push on towards. Are we inside the city or on the outside of it?
Yep, you're just entering the outskirts right now. You're in like the villagey part before things get kind of like an urban sprawl, you know.
Would I know
Do
where
I... Go ahead.
would I know where like caravan work goes to?
Yeah, there's a trade center. Well, there's multiple, but there's like a main place where a lot of the caravan companies are situated. And they all kind of do their work around there. It smells like, you know, like horse manure and stuff like that. And basically anybody coming or going will end up there at some point, unless they're going to be walking, which is considered suicidal.
We should go to the main hub. Follow me.
I will follow BP.
Okay.
Follow the leader.
Oh, after
Now-
we get our stuff, we can sleep at my house like friends.
Okay.
Sleep over at the DeGrom.
Thank you for the offer.
Now, as you go wandering through the city, I am curious. Gideon, what are you thinking right now? You're here. This is Hillcrest. The Rubensburgers live here. You actually know their address. What is going through your mind as you are now setting foot into town proper?
Currently I'm trying to figure out ways to sell the excess feathers. And then I would like to go, not tonight, but like, you know, maybe at some point in this visit, I would like to go to the Rubensburgers and see if we can't amend the relations.
Ah,
Think
okay,
when
so
it's
you're
not
thinking you'll
raining.
do some sales and then drop by in the evening.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys go wandering off, and it takes a little bit of wandering through town, maybe like 20-30 minutes before you get towards the main hub. At this point, things are a little bit dark. There's very little dim light naturally making the way in here, and people have started to light lanterns. And given how it's raining, it's pretty drab and dreary here. But you do step into this area, which is made up mostly of stables and caravans, like the likes of which that you've seen and now been in, which are all lining by different businesses and different buildings and things like that.
Is there like a guard or something, or like a main worker?
There would be guards kind of wandering here and there, probably standing in areas where the rain doesn't get to them.
Do I see a worker for the establishment, or just the guards?
There are plenty. They are mostly underneath like these stable awnings or inside the buildings themselves, from which light continues to pour from the window.
I guess I'll continue into one of the buildings. If I know one is like a lobby area.
Sure. I would like you to roll luck. And we're going to be doing a couple of these because this is your hometown.
7 again.
Okay. So being as young as you are, you're not really familiar with any of these companies, but you do just find one nearby that looks good enough, and you step inside there. And as you guys make your way into the building, are you guys all going in, or are some of you guys waiting outside, or?
I'm definitely going in. It's fucking raining
Going
outside.
in? Okay.
Yeah, fuck that.
You step
I'll
inside.
chill out in the rain.
Okay. And okay. You see inside this this area, it's like a nice little tavern room almost. Like it's quite warm and friendly, except in place of where there would be tables and food and chairs, there's like a couple of lobby benches near the walls. And on one end, there's a large bar, and past that bar you can see a couple of doors on those back walls. So to give you an idea, it kind of looks like... So kind of like a little door there, and a little door there, and there's like a little side one over here. And there are people wandering about here and there on the other side. There's clearly a good number of like papers behind the bar, and doors open up on occasion. What do you guys want to do?
I guess I'll go. Do you want to go up to them?
I'm walking up.
All right. Well,
If you know, you're free to come with me. It's kind of your hometown.
Oh, hello.
You see that there is a man here who holds a position of authority or power over the rest, and seems to be a little bit better dressed. He's wearing a suit, much like the one that Gideon wears, though, you know, this guy has not been standing out in the rain, zapped by flaming gore chunks or anything like that. You know, he's looking all prim and proper. He's got a little bit of a gold chain that kind of goes from one area to the next. He's evidently a wealthy man. And he looks over, he gives you the tip of a small bowler hat that he has on his head, and he goes, "Welcome, boys, welcome. Where to?"
Oh, not looking. Well, we're looking for a caravan that recently came in today.
Oh, I see. Well, perhaps I can help. What can I do for you?
Just need to know where it is. We got separated due to certain events.
Is there like a lost and found?
No, there isn't, boy. Sorry. If you're looking to find out who's coming to town, you just gotta ask around. I haven't had any coming in today, though. Sorry.
Oh,
Right. On to the
thank you
next
for
one.
your time.
So do you just
Wait,
literally go to each one and ask?
is this like a company?
Yes.
Is this one central company? Can we like just walk around and see if we find the caravan outside for a second?
Sure, yeah. Make perception checks. Whoever's going to be looking for
Every
it.
one of us makes a perception check.
That's a D8.
I got, a,
Hey, that 20!
I got
Oh,
an
I
unnatural.
finally got a good roll. Oh, Eddie.
Actually, I got an 18. Can't have perception.
You guys step outside, and BP, what do you say when you guys make your way outside?
Well,
Split
have
up.
you found the caravan?
I'd rather not split up.
I mean, we could just find the caravan.
BP says this, and as you look around Gideon, you immediately spot it down the road.
Wait, set it down there?
Oh, what do you know it is?
See,
Yeah,
look how
yeah.
easy that was. I'm a master of planning.
shit.
Okay,
Let's fucking go.
let's go.
Swear to God, if they better have kept our things.
Okay.
Well, they weren't really our things, aside from, you know, the bear skull. And,
You're
well,
holding
the
on
salt's
to-
no longer ours, I guess.
Well, no shit. I give BP a dirty look.
As you go wandering
Good
over
deal.
there, you realize that the building attached to this caravan is very basic. And unlike the last one, which was like a big stable and a sort of like a building complex almost, this one is more or less a shack. And the caravan is not even kept underneath an awning, it's just parked next to it. The little bit of rain cover that there is exists almost as like a lean-to on the side of this shack that the horses are under. But the rest of it is just out there in the rain. Now, inside of the shack, however, there is plenty of loud noise, and lights are currently burning there, and the blinds have been drawn. There's no open or closed sign outside.
We'll walk in on side.
Yeah, step in.
Okay?
Oh, sure, we're gonna run into 24 halflings. Oh.
I'm gonna step up.
When you open the door, you find the crew of guards from before, as well as the caravan owner, who are all seated around a collection of 2 tables, packed in, and they're all, it appears, drinking and playing games. You see cards and dice, and there's drink going around. And when your door opens up, you know, people look over as the cold blows in. Somebody steps over to kind of like stop you guys at the door, and you see that it's Vorcom from before, and he goes, "Hey!
Hello.
You guys made it."
Yep, and we got lots of feathers.
Yeah.
Seeing all the feathers there, and seeing that like Zakharum is still alive, he just goes, "Oh my god!" And like, guys, look! And like the guards look over at the door, and they all look like they're in shock. And even the caravan master looks up. You can see he's winning at the table. There's piles of gold by him, and he goes, "Woo! Thought you were a goner." So you guys come here to schedule another trip?
Actually, we left some things on the caravan. We were wondering if we could pick them up.
Right. Yes, you did. We found a few things. They're still in the back room. Would you mind going to help them out? I don't want to step out in the rain. You understand. And one of the guards just kind of goes, uh-huh, and like, just puts his cards down at the table and gets up and walks with you guys.
I hold feathers over the guard.
Okay. Vorcom comes with you too, and he appears to be the youngest of the bunch, and he's pretty excited, and he's like, "So what was it like? What happened?"
It's the most metal thing you've ever seen on the ground, but you'll have to ask him what actually happened.
Yeah, he right after you say that, he turns to you, and he's like, "You should be dead."
You are dead. Why are you alive?
Do you say anything to him, Zakharum?
Who is it?
It's the guard that you talked to from way back when you were on the caravan ride. It's that younger guy. And he has come out into the rain following you guys to the caravan to get your stuff, but another guard's kind of helping with that. He's just amazed that you're still alive. And he's like, "What was it like?"
I will regale him as the party goes and retrieves our things. I will regale him with the tale of how Zakharum defeated the magic bird.
Make a performance check.
Bird. Thanks, Lucian.
That's what I do. Maybe the wizard saw you get a 6.
Yeah, wizard bumped me up to a 7.
Hey, do you want me to bump you up to a 6? I got this.
Bump me up to a 6, dude. All right, I got a 7.
Do you actually?
Yes, fuck yeah! I'm using my divination roll, and we got this. Let's
Okay.
go.
He's amazed, and despite the fact that you stumble over a word here and there, he's just, he saw the bird take off and everything, and here you are holding the feathers. He's like, if you guys need any help in town, I'm your guy.
Do you know where Zakharum could sell these feathers? Zakharum needs to buy a new weapon.
Well, I mean, the markets are probably closed, but tomorrow when they open up, someone will probably buy them. Oh, dude, could I get one of those feathers?
Yeah, sure, buddy. Here, I'll hand him a feather.
Whew! Yes! And he kind of takes the feather and holds it there, and you see, he holds it with one arm and puts it in front of him. It's like massive, kind of holds it up and stares at the thing. Damn.
Make some Dragon Slayer arrows.
Now perhaps you could tell me where Zachram could find lodging. Oh wait, BP, we are going to stay at your house? You have a house here?
We can stay at my family.
Who is your family, BP? The Gronks?
Yeah, I point at
You
the.
talked about these Gronks before, but they have big building or what?
How big is their building?
They
They're
have
not
a
in
nice
the
estate. It's not like a nobles or a merchant's, but close to that.
Oh, so we're like upper middle class.
Yeah, you're upper middle for sure. You know, there's a couple of like servants around the place and maids and whatnot, and you know, people who help the blacksmithy and whatnot.
Yes, the maids and servants, upper middle class. Fuck off.
What? No. In this time, that would be
Yeah.
definitely. You fuck off, kid. Jesus.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Now, while this is happening,
Has a maid, and I consider him upper middle class, so I think it still applies.
a drenched guard who does not have a feather is over there pulling your stuff out, and he goes, "Here you go. There you go." And he hands you the bear skull and the lockbox that you guys almost lost. If you left anything else in the caravan, you will find that it is still there in this back room.
Evorka, you wanna help carry that? And I point to the metal box.
What? Oh, yeah, sure.
How
Yeah,
far
My
away?
hands are kind of full with these feathers.
he immediately goes over and grabs them for you. He's like, yeah,
Take
sure.
us to the Gronks home then, BP.
How far away are we from the Dugong home compared to this?
Like 10 minutes.
Okay.
It'll be a 10-minute walk.
Use my mage hand feather and hold it over Vorkon, who's taking
As-
the heavy lifting.
Or Vorkan.
As we're walking there, BP is like humming along because he's happy to be back home for a bit.
And then realizes.
Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep.
He's short-circuiting.
Beep.
So, Vorkad,
Yeah, what's up?
so you're like, weird question, you know, it
Hey, man,
kind
no,
of
don't worry
personally,
about it. It's been
don't
a
have
weird
to
day.
answer.
He kind of like
Um,
waves the feather around.
He's
So
not
we're
my
like-
best employer.
Are you under the contract? Like, would you be interested, in coming under my employ, or?
Oh, you guys work for? And he like kind of points over at Gideon.
Well,
Kind of.
Gideon.
paycheck.
Well, they don't.
We
really
don't get
work for me.
paid.
Oh,
Yeah.
That
well,
one
they
does,
don't really
though.
get paid. However, I am offering you like an actual, like
What?
paid position.
Zachram
Where-
gets paid.
Well, so
Maybe
yeah,
you should-
Zachariam gets paid by my parents. It's
Where-
convoluted. Don't worry about it.
Maybe you should worry about hiring somebody after you sorted out the money situation.
Where's my paycheck?
Look,
beep beep.
yeah, well, you fucking lost me a bag of salt, so don't even. But
I also
You see,
shot the
BP?
bear trying to kill you.
That was a good deal.
yes,
You killed the giant bird though.
That's why
So-
Zachram runs the big bucks, baby.
okay, look. Like, well, technically I don't really have any trade goods now. I'll give
3
another
bullets.
got a dirty look. However, I think I might, be coming into contact with that, and well, we kind of just need someone to guard this here chest as well. So would you be interested in kind of taking a position? You don't really have to fight much. Like we'll do the main fighting. It's just if we ever like disappear, like what happened, like halfway through the journey.
Yeah, did you
would
guys just leave?
No.
You ever heard the story of people just up and vanishing and then reappearing? A lot of myths about that stuff. Might some of it be true?
Yeah. We kind of just like disappear for a couple days, and then just reappear in the same spot.
He kind of like pauses for a moment and looks at you guys. Table talk. The Great Soulsmith is common. If you mention it to somebody, they will likely know what it is. Are you guys going to tell Vorkan that you are Great Souls? Because that is something you may or may not want to tell certain people. I will assume people don't know until you tell them, but you might want to reveal that to choice individuals. It's up to you. So if this is one of those times, let me know.
I revealed what I wanted to reveal by saying myths might be true.
Yeah, like you could be cryptic about it and stuff too, right? That would be, maybe a diplomatic or a skillful way of doing it in certain situations.
Yeah.
I gave him my cryptic way of saying it. If anybody else wants to reveal, go for it.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm willing to just leave it at the we
BP
kind of disappear
Zachary?
every few days.
No.
He can come to his own conclusions.
Beep 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 beep.
He kind of looks at you guys and he's like, "Oh, huh. Well,
Beep beep beep.
It's a big task. You don't have to accept.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
it would be very nice if you could help us bring the lockbox over to BP's place.
Well, I can. Do you guys travel? Like, am I gonna be with you guys on the road, or
Kinda. We're
you guys
mostly
have a
based
name,
up.
so I don't have to just call you that?
We're. I mean, currently.
We're in the
jigaboos.
I'm so sorry, Twitch. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
This
I
man
don't know
feels
what they're-
a little racist.
I'm currently working under Goldstein Mercantile, and so that's kind of a working name right now.
He pauses and he's like, "That seems kind of familiar. I think I've heard that before."
Yeah, it's a trading company, or it's a trading and banking company actually.
Oh,
Based out the Windry. We'll probably be heading up
Yes.
there after we finish our business here.
Exactly.
Oh, for real? Do you think I could go up there with you? I don't have a lot of
Yeah.
gold, but
Yeah. I mean, usually I cover that in terms of travel expenses. But really, your job would just be kind of hanging out, making sure that no one touches our chest and trade goods, kind of helping carry those along, and then when we do disappear and kind of just disappear for a couple days, you would be tasked with just making sure that the trade goods are still okay.
I'd like you to
having
make an
hide
insight
protect.
check.
Ooh.
The roads are a dangerous place, and it's considered suicide to be on them by
Ah!
yourself.
Okay.
Natural 20.
You can read Vorkan pretty well. He's a young guy who makes attempts at controlling his emotions, but you're familiar with what he's kind of going through here, and you can tell that he not only A, understands what you're asking of him, but B, he also has picked up on the Great Souls thing, and C, he's very excited about it. Now, while that's kind of building there, he turns to you and he says, "Yeah, no, I could do that. How much do I get paid?"
Well, how much are you looking for? Exactly. Like,
Well, like
What's your
a good
current
amount,
pay?
right? And like he
Well,
kind of
yeah.
looks to the rest of you guys, and he's like, "Well, how much do you?" And he like looks at you, Zakram. "How much do you get paid?"
well, Zekar's a great soul and hired out by
What?
parents.
Sells this man short?
He
A
knows
great
knows
help.
what we are. Zakar, yes. I'm just saying that Zakar is paid by my parents. I'll be honest.
Yes,
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
not get
Employer.
paid by the young one. I get paid by the old ones. They have much more money.
Yeah. Currently, I cannot pay super well, but I could probably match like what they're paying you.
And what are you currently being paid?
Yeah. What are you currently being
It'll
paid?
be a pay improvement. It'll be more.
Ooh, I wouldn't say that. I would say match.
Well,
At least.
I was getting a silver and 5 copper a day, but I was right after this job, the next one they said they're gonna give me 2.
Insight check?
With
I
your
care
20,
about
you
two?
just know he's telling you the truth,
Alright,
and
good.
you can tell that he's really
like that.
hoping that you'll give him 2.
I like that.
3.
How is okay? What's 2 compared to like the prices that we were talking about originally.
Well,
How
you're
much is
paying
that,
him
like-
2 silver a day to watch over this, so that would probably be enough for a hired henchman of low caliber, you know, which is probably reflected by the fact that Zarkon's young, right? Or Zorkan, sorry. Zorkan's young.
Vorkan.
Vorkan.
Vorkan. Jesus, motherfucker.
Zachary.
Zorkan. Okay, look.
Drakencade.
Kill me, dude.
I totally expect you to just call me Gilneas one time.
I
Sorry.
did call you Gilneas one time.
You did? Fuck it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Off topic. So, and what like frequency do you usually paint as well? Is that like a fortnight, or is that like a monthly thing?
Well, you know, sometimes there's interruptions, but usually just in the morning I get paid. So,
Right.
you know, Master comes around whenever everybody's eating in the morning at sunrise and hands out the coin. But I know with you guys it's different. I can wait. It's not. I just got paid too, and he kind of taps like his chainmail there, and you can hear the sound of coin underneath it.
Okay. How would you feel about being paid every 10 day? Does that sound good?
Sure.
I don't.
Is that Draken? What? Do you have something?
Well,
to
I
say?
do. I feel I have a concern with the 10 days. So what if we go 9 days? And then it's about to be his payday, and then, you know, mystery magic happens and we're gone for a week. Well, then he's not getting paid for 16.
Yes.
I
true.
feel like a bit more frequently than that, and maybe, you know, it'd be really nice for like a bonus if we're gone for like a week and he's sitting out in the woods. It's not a kind world out there.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Well. Look,
Well,
we
I'm
can.
gonna be this guy's like counter merchant. Get the best deal possible.
Okay, we could discuss about bonuses and you know terms of like when he's alone and everything. We could talk about that when we're not in the raining streets. However, initial offer is 2 silver a day, paid every fortnight. Sorry, not fortnight. Every
I
10
feel like
day.
you pay him whenever we have the change. Like, okay, we got
Yeah.
2 silver a day, but we only have a gold. Then we wait 5 days and give him a gold.
Okay, yeah. Okay, fuck it. We'll
He's
okay,
just
we'll just go
looking
daily.
like back
We'll
and
just go
forth between you guys.
We'll go daily
Tennis match.
My
and
client here needs the best pay possible.
God damn it, Draken.
Child Protection Services.
2 silver a day, and we'll figure it out. You know.
Does
when
it
we're
come
off
with
the
good
street.
health insurance?
No, I cannot
Do I
promise
get
good health
medical?
insurance.
You
do not get
Says
medical.
the priest with healing
Oh,
abilities.
actually,
does offer
yes.
health
You get the medical that I provided, which was essentially you're stabilized. You're gonna have to fucking sleep it off. You
You
might
get a
get
healing
healed.
word every year.
Yeah, you want a healing word.
As an
well,
option,
that's
we can
season.
find out if you're good at combat and
Yeah.
tell you, but if you know, we'll charge you more.
Okay, BP has a question.
Yeah, yes, PP.
What is BP's pay?
You don't have pay. You gain.
What is my pay?
Okay, look. Okay, so
Why
can
are we
see-
even traveling
So-
with you?
Vorkan's
Okay.
face goes to like a like this.
look.
Just gonna not say anything here while this is happening.
And I shall point to the great souls, the players of the party. We all share and split party loot. All right. And then Vorkan here will
So
be paid
it
2
really
silver a day.
wasn't a bad deal for him to sell the salt, because technically it also belonged to him as party loot.
No, that was my personal loot.
That was
So
also a
there.
good deal. So I don't know why we're arguing this.
So initial loot, right? Initial loot is party loot, which we then split into 1/4 per person of personal loot, and that personal loot is not to be fucking sold to anybody else if it's
I
not
told you
your
he was a
personal
shitty
loot.
employer. Look at him yelling at his clients.
No,
I feel emotionally harassed.
also, god damn it. Look. BP. How about this? Speaking of the salt,
3
and this
bullets.
is personal loot, I will give you the 3 bullets. and they are yours to use however you wish. All right?
I'm gonna
And
sell
then-
these bullets and make so much money.
Yes. I strongly hope that is the case.
He's
And
gonna
then
come out with like 70
when
gold.
we start splitting the loot of future endeavors, you will give me a portion of your portion to begin repaying the 50 gold that I dropped on the bag of salt. Does that sound fair?
Sounds complicated.
Yes, it does, but don't worry about that.
BP's care has dropped. How about we just fucking gold whenever gold happens? BP doesn't care anymore.
Okay. Now that we got all the fucking business deals done and out of the fucking way, in
But
the
what about
reigning
my
crew-
client Vorcon? We still haven't set his contract in the stone.
Yeah, we'll again, we'll
Have
fucking
we
do that
arrived
when
at
we
BP's house
get to
yet?
BP's house. Look,
We're just
God
arguing
damn
outside the
it.
door.
I'll fucking send a prayer to like fucking Izu to help me. God damn it.
While you guys are
Okay.
doing this, you notice that Vorkam, who's like walking along there with you, is just looking off into the distance, like.
Vorkan,
Oh, yeah.
you take that 2 silver and run.
What?
Nothing. It's a good deal.
Yes, the 2 silver is a good deal, and you'll be paid bonuses, which we'll negotiate when you're alone and we're currently losing time.
With your 20 insight check, you can tell that Vorkan is starting to worry a little bit. And he's not as gung-ho about going with
I
you
know
guys as
you're-
he was before.
I know you're getting worried, but like this was an
Oh, no, I'm
argument
fine.
waiting to happen. No, like don't worry.
Oh,
I
Like-
like whisper into his ear. It's like, we'll make you an escape route out of the house. Don't worry
Yes.
about it.
You'll be okay. I will ensure that you're okay and healthy and alive, and it should be an easy job.
I wouldn't trust that. I had a limp for about half a
Yeah,
year.
well, fuck yourself,
Welcome.
old man.
Take Zakarum's advice. Go back to the caravan. It is dangerous, but a stable life. Things will only get more intense for us four from here.
Have you ever fought a dragon?
Yeah, well, we're not gonna fucking fight a dragon, old man. God damn
Do
it.
you know
Stop
that?
trying to fucking scare away the kid. We need somebody to look after our shit, when we disappear. And I think this kid is gonna be a very solid candidate for that, and I think he could learn from us. Especially the fact that, he could learn from Zakarum, who just fucking killed a giant-ass bird.
At this
Right?
point, you arrive, and turning around the corner, you see your home estate there, BP. It's a large, sprawling thing with about 3 or 4 different buildings in it, and a large fence that goes around. There's some cattle being kept in a pen there, and off towards one building, it's like a manor house with all the different rooms and whatnot. There's a servant's quarters. There's also a little blacksmith and a workshop where you were made.
Oh, it's quite a quaint place.
It's pretty nice, right?
It's called the DeGronk Ranch.
Do I know of anything of the Gronks? I'm gonna assume no.
You can make a history check.
Yes, history. 11.
No. It sounds orcish, but that's about it.
What time? People wouldn't be sleeping yet. They're orcs.
Yeah, it's late. People are probably, winding down for the evening, but they're not passed out yet.
I go up to the door.
Okay.
I go.
Papa.
Now, we wrote down what your father's name was, right?
Clinky.
Clinky. Okay.
Clinky de Gronk.
Twinkly the ground.
Clinky de Gronk. I have a brother.
The door flies open. There's my boy! And Clinky comes running out and throws his arms around your trash can body and pats you on the back. It's this big orcish man. He's a half-orc with scraggly white hair that flies off into different directions. And he's missing a hand, which has been placed with, like, a wrench, basically.
Papa Clinky.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
BP, it's so good to see you. Who's all these guys?
Oh, these are my hunting buddies.
Well, don't stand in the rain. Come on in.
How have you been, Papa? It has been, like, I guess 20 days, but you know.
Well, same around here as always. But me, was worried if something happened to my boy. Good to see that you're still doing all right.
No, but I did obliterate this ant keg.
Did you now? I'd like you to make an insight check, please, BP.
Oh, is he judging me on my life choices? Oh no. It's an 8.
He's judging you on your life choices. But you don't know what his judgment is. Well, come on in. I'll see if I can get you something. You're all wet. Here, I'll grab some towels.
Sorry for the late notice, but could we sleep here for one night? We have to be in town for work.
Oh. Well, your friends are welcome here. The name's Clinky. And you see, he goes to like offer up a handshake, pulls back that hand because it's actually a wrench, and puts out his other hand.
Thank you for your hospitality, Clinky, and I'm Goldstein, Gideon Goldstein.
Goldstein.
Yes.
I know that name.
Yeah, the Goldstein Mercantile.
No kidding. BP, you've got some rich friends here. Look at this one.
I don't get paid.
Oh.
He gets that. It's
You
not
see
an
he
annual
crosses
pay.
his arms there?
No, he gets a fourth of everything that we find. We're also kind of an adventuring group, a little bit. Don't.
It is all jokes. I am
But the
joking.
Triton over there
He
is
gets-
getting paid.
Yeah,
Gold-
he gets quite a bit. Triton
Goldstein is a great guy.
Yes.
Oh,
Thank
I'd like you to make a
BP.
second insight check, please, BP.
Can I make an insight check?
You can.
17.
Okay.
It's pretty good. I think it's 18. Yeah.
You can both tell that when he goes and gives you a look there, BP, he's looking at you going like, look out for this one. Don't trust him.
he
I-
is a jerk.
I don't want you getting too close to this friend of yours.
Look, I know that sounds bad, but trust me, it is a relationship of good intentions, and we're all kind of in it together to make money.
Well, this
Oh.
is my boy here. I don't want you giving him any sort of raw deal. You pay him like all the rest of them. You understand? And he
it's
kind of
okay.
holds out his hand, which is a wrench, like close to your face.
Yep. I understand, sir.
To be fair, one known as Clinky, this one does not pay anyone.
Yes. Well,
You all work
possibly.
for free.
No, I work for this one's parents.
Yes.
Oh, and they pay you.
They pay me.
Yes.
I hadn't heard that the Goldsteins were, the kind to not pay the people that work for them. So it's good to know that this is a
Well,
separate thing.
I would say that BP and, well, all of us, I point to everybody but Borkan, we're all, rather than, employees of my parents' company, we're all business partners in a joint venture to all make equal amounts of money.
Oh, did you hear? Your son made a great deal the other day on the caravan.
I wouldn't say great deal.
My name's Bracken Cade, by the way, and I'll stick out my hand all shaky and old.
He shakes your hand, and you can tell that this man is old too. Probably not of the same age, but he gives you a respectful nod there. A gnome runs up holding a bunch of towels, and Clinky grabs one and hands them to you guys individually.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll have
Thank
the mage
you.
hand, wipe me off.
Thank you, Mr. Nomi.
You made a good deal, did you?
Oh,
Tell
I
me
know
about
you.
it.
You know how you helped me make my gun and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, get this. For only a bag of salt.
And I'll show him the 3 bullets.
Whew. BP. Proud to call you my son. These are some fine bullets. Just for a bunch of salt?
I
Just
also
for
got 6
salt.
gold out of it.
Woo!
6 gold, 3 bullets for a bag of salt.
See, this is what I'm talking about, BP. I don't think this whole hunting business is... You got a mind. You're a smart one. And he kind of gives you like a tap on the side of the head.
Excuse me, sir, as you are clearly a expert in these matters, how much would you say that these bullets are?
The bullets? Oh.
Yes.
Well, around here, you don't see too many of these. Probably go for 15 gold, something like that.
Oh.
Sounds about right.
Man,
Thinking.
what a good deal.
So is that, are you gonna go back to the books then? Is that why you're back here, BP?
No,
Oh. Still on the year hunting thing.
Oh,
just for the year.
if you need somebody to help him with his education while he's out on the road, I've spent
God,
most of my
please,
life in
no.
the books.
Please, God, please, Titan, no.
You know, Draken, that might not be a bad idea. Here, now that you're all dried off, let's go sit down and have something to eat.
Yes. Workish food. I'm gonna get pighead.
He kind of like gives a clap there, and some of the servants go running off, and he leads you guys to a dining room where you guys sit down, and gradually things like bread and different meats begin to show up on the table.
Is Vorkon still with us?
Now, Vorkon would be trailing with you there, and would have taken a towel and, you know, shaken your father's hand and introduced himself and everything. He'd just be kind of trailing in the back, so he'd be there with you.
Okay.
So, with that, you guys soon find yourselves around the dining room table. Is there anything that you chit-chat about?
I want to show his dad my book.
Hmm.
Talk to him about studious things.
He is very impressed by the book, giving you guys kind of some room to chit-chat amongst yourselves as both he and Draken dive into the pages of everything. He also does mention the, the feathers, obviously. Do you guys tell him the tale of that adventure?
I feel like that's a tale Zachary should tell, but I don't know if Balder's back yet.
I'm back.
Tell it in your glorious fashion, the way you did last time.
Roll a 6 this time.
Me? You want me to roll a luck check?
No, I want you to roll a performance check with advantage,
Uh,
given that you lived the thing.
Hey.
that's an 18.
Okay. You tell the story, and, after the long looking at the book and everything, you guys have a pleasant evening of listening to the tale of Zakarum pulling the beast's eye out and taking refuge in its skull as it plummeted to the earth and everything, and, Clinky is pretty impressed. And he looks to you at the end of the evening, BP, and says, "You've got some good friends here.
The hunting life ain't that bad, Dad.
I'd like you to make a persuasion check, please."
That bad, Dad.
Oh,
Oh.
that's a 7.
Okay. He, you say this, and he kind of gives you the same, the same nod that he always does, basically just, yeah, okay, well, maybe, son, maybe, but we're gonna try the books, that kind of thing. And,
Dad, these guys are great too. Know what I'm saying?
he tilts his head to the side. What are you getting at, BP?
I'll slap the back of my neck.
He kind of gives you guys a knowing glance. Your secret's safe with me.
They're a really good bunch of guys.
When I found out that my boy was, one of those, I was worried. But you made it a whole, 2 months now? Your 3rd month anniversary's coming around soon.
Oh, 3 months. It's been a long time.
Or that's almost a whole season. We'll have to throw a party if you're in town.
I would love to, but I cannot promise. Maybe when I get back for sure.
maybe do some fixing up and whatnot, you know. He kind of like taps on your body. He's like, I always wanted to get this thing kind of fixed up, but, you know.
Jumping is
supplies.
hard.
Well, it's late, and we've been up for quite a while. I think I'm gonna get some rest. BP, you know around the place. You can let him stay in your room or the guest room down the hall.
Sounds all good to me.
Alright, love you, son.
Love you too, Dad.
He gets up and goes away off into the hall and leaves you guys with BP. Now, there's a couple of servants that wander about throughout the house, and you guys occasionally hear the noise of somebody, you know, working on something, so it's not entirely quiet, but it is late at night, and things have kind of started to wind down.
Is
Alright,
my boy
okay.
Nomi still around?
Is who? What?
My boy Nomi still around?
Yeah, he's nearby. And he's kind of cleaning up at the table. You guys had a big meal. He's grabbing, like, used glasses and stuff. And
I'm going to bed.
taking up to the kitchen.
Alright.
You can sleep in my room, down the hall, to the right, then the left, then the right.
Down the hall, then to the left, then to the right, then to the.
Yep, I
Yes?
lost that already. I'm gonna end up in a room somewhere.
Do you say that to the gnome?
No, I said that to Zachary.
Oh, okay. Zacharium, I'd like you to make an intelligence check, please.
I did not fucking. Alright, dude.
You need to get a 20 or above to remember.
Yeah, I did not remember.
So you tell him the directions. He's like, yep, goes off, and he just heads down the right hall. How about the rest of you guys? You're standing here at the dinner table.
I'm going to turn to Vorkan. Say, alright, Vorkan, now's the time. And I'm going to take out act like I'm taking out like 1 gold coin, and I'm gonna fan it into 2 gold coins. I says, now these could be yours. Advance pay, right?
I want to watch. I'm watching this very intently to see his reactions.
Now-
He looks to you for guidance and stares over in your direction, Draken, and over towards you, BP, and you can.
All right, I got this. I'm casting sleep on Gilius.
Get it.
Please roll your d8s.
There is no Gilius, the sleep fails.
Somewhere Agilius passes out.
God, I hope you get all ones. And then
That'd be
Gilius goes,
so
what the
sad.
fuck?
Oh,
Wait, all of us have to roll d8s?
No.
No,
How much HP do
that's
you
a
have,
19.
Gideon?
17.
Okay. He looks back over towards you, Draken, and looks towards you, BP, looking for some sort of confirmation, some help. Draken, you wave a hand in a brief moment, and then, hearing this from behind him, Vorkam quickly looks over and sees just the slumped body of Gilius on the ground.
Idiot.
What? Is he okay? And he like leans down and goes to like, you know, hold his head to the side there so he's like comfortable on the floorboards.
careful not to wake him. He's just asleep. Just run.
What?
This
What do you
man is
mean?
not the kind. He's not the kind of man you want as an employer. Trust me.
I think he's gonna be fine.
He's a fine companion, but in reality, say we go out into the woods like we were with the caravan. Could you imagine staying out there and guarding our stuff for a week out into the wilderness? For
I'd like you to
normal
make a
people, that's normally
persuasion check, please, Draken.
Yes. Jank?
7.
That's not fun. Game. Come on.
Stuck in the fucking door. That's more than a 7. It's probably like a 9. Yeah, 9.
He seems confused. He says, "What? Are you sure?" And he
Yes.
kind of like stands up. You sure I should go?
Just trust me, boy. You've got a lot to live for.
He looks at you, BP.
I got a gun for a hand. I'm gonna leave the room.
Okay, all right. Bye. And he like turns and runs out the room.
We'll miss you. Alright, time. Hey, BP, where are you going? I don't know where the room is.
You can find him. It's to the left, then the right, then the right, then the left.
Left, then the right, then the right, then the right.
So you eventually make your way to your bedroom, and Draken makes his way to the bedroom too. Zachgrim, you fall asleep in a servant's quarters somewhere, and Gideon, you are fast asleep as well on the ground. And,
Oh, if I pass by a servants, oh,
Could you get the man on the floor to a bed?
there's a gnome going by, and he goes, "Yep, right on." And he
Thank
just
you.
runs over, and then goes, and you hear like the sound of somebody being dragged over the floorboards, and then the sound of like coin, and she's like, "Oh, a tip.
Hey,
I'd like you to minus 2 gold, please, Gideon."
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Rage incoming.
I'm sure it's fine.
Sloth's about to go and beat his dick so hard tonight.
Are you conscious over there, Sloth? You done did it.
I've done it. I'm sorry.
So you you're dragged off there, and the gnome takes you off to a comfortable bed. And it's slightly early, but you guys have come to a good resting point, so I think that as you all pass out and get a long rest, we will end the session here.
Sick, dude.
Pretty
What a session.
pretty crazy metal bird fight there, seeing some old family and everything.
I think that you should definitely make a special note of that encounter. Level 2 fighter solos 60-foot bird.
That sounds like a clickbait video.
Yeah, that's total clickbait, dude.
Level 2 fighter kills level 20 monster.
With this one simple trick.
Doctors
Avians
hate
hate him.
This is why the Aarakocra is not a playable race.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because their god was killed by a fish one day. So, I'd like to thank you all. To the players, I think you did a great job. To the audience watching, it's always good to have you. And to the patrons and people with the biddies, you guys are the reason that we get to do this. Thank you very much.
Have they caught up to me yet?
What's that?
Have they caught up to me yet?
Well, it
Yeah,
rolls
Max
over. Right now,
Turkey.
Casey's at the lead. But,
Ah.
we are going to do another session, or set of sessions, next week, of course. So you can catch us then on that Monday. Until then, adios.
Man, we should make an actual title for our group. How about just statistics?
Statistically speaking.
Alright, well, I'm going to take the opportunity to go and get some basketball in. Thank you very much